Okay, we are live. Hello, world. Hi. Welcome to the Game Awards, hosted by Jeff Wolfborg.
Oh
That was
shit,
good.
I can't believe you got him.
This next entry, it's like Doki Doki Literature Club meets Attractive Boys. I don't...
What the fuck? Chap, you need to stop speaking. I think that's for the best.
That was what Jeff said, not me!
You don't need to repeat it.
What you got against Attractive Boys?
I have things against all living beings, chap. I'm not sure if you're aware of this.
Well, I
Damn,
mean, maybe
what'd they
that's
do?
your problem. Have you considered joy, whimsy, fun?
No, I threw that away a long time ago.
Well, maybe you're reading the wrong series. If those are things that you don't appreciate, you know, just
Well, maybe we
saying.
should suggest their options for the Annie Book Club, eh?
Well,
If
there
that's
were.
the problem.
I mean, there were other suggestions. They just didn't win.
The world has spoken. Look what happened.
But nobody put a gun to your head to read.
Actually, Jeff did.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to, but then the moment he said it's like Doki Doki Literature Club meets Attractive Boy, Shoujo said, "What the fuck?" And then he walked out of the room. Like,
No, Plaza was in the room to begin with.
well, I mean, you're literally in here right now as I did it. I mean, Jeff did it.
I feel like you saying this is going to be like Doki Doki Literature Club is kind of skewing my expectations for what the rest of the series is going to be like.
It's gonna be like
We're
Doki
not-
Doki
we're
Literature
not
Club.
talking about-
Yeah, we've been over this. Welcome, Thrice. How's it going? I don't think I should call you deceased. But I'll call you Thrice.
No, chap. Come on. Don't be a coward.
Just Mike is fine.
Okay. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks. Just Mike.
Okay. YouTube changed how the Go Live page looks. And it's only semi-annoying.
Well, it's better than completely annoying.
That's what I'm here for.
Is that what you bring to the podcast? Is that what your selling point is?
Primarily.
Oh.
We can't have this much overlap, man. Come on.
You're right, I'm so sorry. I'll get changed.
I didn't realize it was a competition.
Yeah, man, you're falling behind.
Always happens.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen you win a single instance of the quiz, Jeff.
I won every quiz by nature of hosting it.
I don't know. I think that's
Every
losing,
single
actually.
time someone gets one of the answers wrong, that's another point towards me. By my count, you're all losers compared to me. All right, that's how
I
that
don't know,
works.
Jeff. I feel like someone.
That's
gets
how
one
that
right more
works.
than-
That's how that works. There's
I
a
don't think
lot.
that's how that
I'll
works.
ask like, who's the author, and like most of you get it wrong. So I feel like stuff like that alone,
Well, that's
it
most
bumps
of
me
them,
up
so you
a
don't get a
lot.
point for
So
that.
I
You only get
think
a
I
point if
think
everyone
I'm
gets it
winning in
wrong.
the end here. Okay, Mr. Accountant, why don't you account for that? All right,
Look,
easy.
Andy isn't late. How quaint.
Welcome, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
Hello. Oh, I'm not late. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Andy.
No, I don't want to install my software update. Leave me alone.
Leave me
Why didn't you
alone.
install the software update?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Install the software update, Andy. Nothing will go wrong. Okay.
All
I
right,
did not
post.
put malware in there. Okay.
Post.
No.
You're about to get pinged right now. Boom. There you go.
Oh,
Get
no.
How did you
pinged.
do this?
I've been pinged.
Yeah, that's right. You got pinged. I will do it again in about a week.
I can't believe you pinged
That's
me,
fucked
bro.
up.
Yeah.
All right, time to post in my Ouran High School host club roleplay.
Time to what?
Don't worry about it.
Andy, I am the definition of worried.
Okay.
We know.
It's
We know.
Yay.
Okay,
This
you
week's
go-
reading was weird.
Define
As
weird.
opposed to last week's reading?
Okay. This week's reading was slightly more cancelable than last week's reading was.
What are you talking about? Okay, Ouran just has unique vernacular.
Unique
I mean,
is
Haruhi
definitely
did describe
a word.
herself as bent, which was
Is my mic working okay?
Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
We hear you.
Yep.
Welcome.
Cool. Welcome.
on.
Oh, thank you. No, I told you welcome, but thanks.
Hello, hello. The ads start playing yet? Okay, I think the ads started. Good. Wait. And then that'll be done. I already said, yeah, give me 1 minute. Start the timer. Start the clock.
Oh, I've already started the clock. Don't worry.
We know.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna post the rabbit pointing at the watch again. Hold on, I'm
what's
posting
gonna
it.
happen if she doesn't show up in time?
We're legally
kill
allowed to
Hatori.
leave. Yeah, that's how that works.
Oh, okay. We have very different interpretations.
Why
Wait,
has everything
are
gotta
we
jump to
not
kill for
legally
you?
allowed to leave? No, hold on. If she doesn't show up, are we not legally allowed to leave?
What if she doesn't show up? We are legally allowed to leave.
So if she
What?
does show up, we're not legally allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how
You
that
are
works.
stuck
Yes.
here.
Because then we have a book club podcast. I don't know if you knew this.
Wait, what?
Did you
The
did you
rule
know?
actually is 15 minutes for a regular lecture duration and 30 minutes for a studio class. So
Well,
actually,
that's
we
not
have to
what
wait
this
30
is.
minutes.
Well, that's not what either of this is. Okay.
Andy with the actually.
Actually.
Hi.
Class.
The time frame is what we make it.
True.
So true.
A studio class is like when you sit and draw for 2.5 hours. You
Yeah.
know.
That is why I do not know what that is.
It doesn't go
Touché.
for just art. There's like it would be the equivalent to like a project class where you're just working on a project
Yeah.
for the class.
Imagine
That's why I do
being
not
an
know
art
what that
student.
Actually, all
Yeah.
classes are projects.
Actually,
Wait, hold on. Define project.
we're not doing this. We're
No.
not doing the pedantic bullshit
I'm
with
good.
this, okay? You know what a project is. We're not doing this.
No, I need to
No,
be
we're not.
sure.
I'm muting you, okay? I'm gonna mute you. You do this shit. I'm gonna mute you. You do this shit.
I think our at my college, our like architecture degree had studio classes and like the industrial design degree and stuff, because you need time to be able to like get out your supplies, collaborate with your peers, that kind of thing. So those classes would be built to be longer than just the regular lecture class. But you know, like as right? I'm not crazy, right? Yes. Aztec had a
No, you are
point. Like
crazy, Andy.
if you're not working in like a degree that requires those like collaborative projects, you probably didn't have like 2.5 hour, you know, sit down studio classes like I did. I had a lot of those.
I also just don't have a college degree, so
Yeah.
And neither do I.
Could always
Shadow-
say
comment,
Shadow-
but I'm
Shoujo's
not.
Shoujo's pulling out the actually as if he's not currently actively going to school.
I mean, I don't see why an accounting whatever would have
It's been
studio
way more
classes.
than 1 minute.
He doesn't need studio classes. He knows. He just said like, I don't have a degree either. Like he's not actively going to school for some kind of degree or
Well,
certification.
I
yet.
mean, if Shadow keeps it up, he may not. So
Accountants just get locked in a cold room for 8 hours once a week just to get them used to it.
Welcome, Ari.
Oh, wow.
Did Jeff
Welcome
Keighley
to
announce
Dead.
any? Did Jeff Keighley announce any visual novels? I guess that.
That's a no.
I guess that answers
And that's
that.
Umineko too.
I guess Ubineko too. Zirconia, right now? Oh my god!
Don't fucking
Oh
do this.
my god.
They announced the
No
Ouran High School
spoilers,
Host Club
please.
VN is getting localized. Oh
No.
my god!
No
Yeah,
spoilers.
let's go.
People are working on localizing. it
Oh my
currently,
god!
actually.
Hideo Kojima just walked on stage and said, "Play my Hideo games." Holy shit! He didn't announce anything. He just walked away.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
Okay, but considering Snatcher is a thing, I mean that could the visual novel threads are there. I'm
I wanna
not
see
watching
Kojima
Jeff's
make a
glorified
dating sim.
ad thing. I'm not watching. I'm not sorry.
All right. Well, do we have everybody
Can't
here?
believe
I don't think
Ari
we're.
hates video games.
I don't think we're missing anybody, right? Turndo said he wouldn't be able to
I
make
do.
it this week, so I think we got everybody.
It's fair.
I
We
think
got
I'm
we
helping
Vols from
are.
this circus here.
Yeah, I think we are ready to go. Let me get this started here. Ooh. Alrighty. Welcome everybody to another exciting week of the Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Spotify. All at the same time, here to continue our discussions about Ouran High School Host Club. This week it's volumes 3 and 4. Before we get into that, let's get into our guests that we have here this week. Starting in alphabetical order, as I could see from Discord's alphabetical order as usual. Number 1, Tamaki Apologist. Introduce yourself.
Yes, hello, hi. I am number 1 Tamaki Apologist. He's my little baby. I'm Nyan Bacon. You can find me Nyan Bacon most anywhere. You may hear me referred to as Nyan, Andy, or Bacon. All three are fine. I use he, they pronouns, please. No she, her. I do not like it. And my recommendation this week is I found a song called Self-Destructive Girl by Emery. It's pretty good. It's a Vocaloid song using Hatsune Miku. I like it, and everybody should go listen to it.
Hell yeah. Go check that out if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for that, Andy. Next up, Elizabeth. Introduce yourself. Thrice we can hear your dog.
Hi. Yeah, I know him.
Okay. I
Don't know
just,
where
want,
he's
I just wanted to
barking.
let you know. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. My recommendation for the week is Ouran because it's not too late to catch up, and that's about it.
True. That is very true. It's never too late. Okay, you can get caught up and join us for the talks next week, or even in the middle of the discussions. For all I know, I don't know how you read things. Thank you so much for that, Elizabeth. Next up, oh shit, it's me because I changed my name. Kyoya Borg, aka Wolfborg, aka Chaplin, aka the best anime book club host ever of all time. I this week am absolutely prepped and ready to recommend you scrolling you should check out you know what, watch Symphogear. That's what I want to say. Watch Symphogear. You should just watch Symphogear. I don't need to say anything else. Just go watch every season of Symphogear right now. Good luck. Have
How many of them
fun.
are there?
A lot. Good
The
luck.
final lot.
More than 2.
More than 2.
Maybe even 3. Anyways, that's me. Next up, Proletariat Homosexual. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Proletariat Homosexual, and my recommendation, a longtime favorite of the Proletariat, games that are priced at decent prices. And I'm talking about Path of Exile 2, free weekend this week.
Free
Let's
weekend?
go!
Free?
Yeah!
What the
last
fuck?
of the druids.
Oh
You
my
wanna play a
god!
druid? You ever wanted
The
to
last
be a
of 'em?
bear? You ever wanted to be
What
a
the
wolf?
fuck?
You ever wanted to be
No,
a
not really,
dragon?
no.
Go
Okay, maybe sometimes.
download Path of Exile 2, Last of the Druids. It's a free weekend. You can play the whole campaign if you want to.
The whole
or you
thing?
can pay $30 to stay around. It's a great game. And I don't know what this bit is, but you know, we're hype. We're hype. We're excited. It's gonna open tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm locked in.
Hey,
You're not
question.
gonna see me for 3 days.
Am I still getting ops? Am I still getting one shot from off screen if I open that game again?
Shot from my screen. How did that happen? Do you have a clip of that? I would love to see it.
There was these ballista things in Act 2.
Oh, that's really funny. No, I can't say I died from something off screen though. I will have to say that.
But Getty said that's impressive,
play the
actually. All right,
Play the game.
go play it. Baguetti has a gun to your head and is saying you will play it. So go enjoy Path of Exile. Next up, Resident Anne. Introduce yourself.
Oh no, that's me. Hi, I'm Anne, or Marianne, whichever you prefer. My recommendation this week is go play Unbeatable right the fuck now, or else.
So, can we beat it?
No.
Because I just assume it's with its name. I can't. But
Yeah, that's what I just fucking said, man. Come on.
But
keep up.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. What is the
Jack
game?
Games
I
was
said
made
play
to
it.
be
I didn't say beat it. I said play it.
Okay. Well, what is the game about?
It's a game where music is illegal and you do crimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we need a game
I'm
for that,
enjoying
or
crime.
Is music illegal?
Yes.
right now on
then
this
apparently
podcast?
not.
Yeah, because then I'll get
Yes.
demonetized.
Oh
And
fuck! All right,
I'll
hold on.
probably
Let
get
me
another
just
copy.
hit
I just
pause.
won my last copyright strike bullshit. Okay, you can't give me another one. Come on.
It'd be funny though.
What the bit, chap?
For the bit, there's lawsuits on the line here. What bit?
Go
Okay.
on to the vine.
Stuff on my soundboard. Give me a minute.
All right, go.
Like,
What,
jeopardize your career for a joke for the vine.
now? All
That's
right.
the problem with this.
You'd do it if you weren't a fucking coward.
So
Exactly.
what was this called? Unbeatable. Go check out Unbeatable. Could you beat it? Probably not. Good luck. All right.
Believe in yourself.
True. Next up, Resident Noisy Ace. Introduce yourself.
I forgot that was me. Hi, I'm Rumia.
I knew it. I knew something that could happen to someone.
Bro, this was your bit.
Yeah, but I didn't do the bit until like -3 minutes after getting here.
That means you should have remembered.
You know,
That is
less
true.
time
That
to
is true.
forget.
that is true.
So much less time.
Are you this forgetful?
I'm Rumia. I like Shoujo and stuff. Ouran's pretty good. Don't know how to pronounce it. But pretty good. I don't have any recommendations this week. I've been working too much. I haven't been consuming.
Oh my god.
Galaxy Princess
Food?
Zorana. I played that last month. That was pretty good.
Ooh.
I need to finish it. I didn't get any good endings. It's hard.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Long Live the Queen, but in space.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. That's it.
Okay, I was waiting if you had anything else, but okay, all right, cool.
No.
Okay, sweet. Thank you so much for that, Arumia. Next up, Shadow Man V4. Introduce yourself.
I'm Shadow. I make spreadsheets and play video games sometimes. The thing I recommend this week is Neon White.
I think is this a game I recognize?
That's really good.
I might recognize this game actually. Yes, I do know this game. Hell yeah.
It's a really good
It's
game.
really fun.
You like speedrunning, it's really fun.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, the GIF Soul just posted. Alright. Thank you so much for that, Shadow. Next up, we have a new guest here on the Book Club podcast, Thrice Deceased. Introduce yourself. You are still muted if you are trying to talk. Actually, I don't even know if you're here currently.
Might be dealing with her dog, apparently.
Okay, we'll skip Thrice for now. If Thrice comes back, we'll have Thrice introduce themselves. Twin Supremacy. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Aztec. I almost exclusively consume bad media. But for media I consume that's not bad, Fallout came out last year and Season 2 comes out next week. You should watch it.
Oh my god. Check that out. Thrice also said, sorry, it's not letting me unmute. What? I've never seen that happen. Maybe try leaving the voice call and joining back, and it might fix it. It might fix it. Anything else, Aztec?
Nope.
All right, thank you so much for that. But yeah, Thrice, if you can hear us, perhaps leaving and rejoining might fix whatever unmuting issue is happening. I've never heard of that before. Discord just not letting you. You're not like server muted or anything, so I'm not sure.
For now.
Not sure what that's about, but all right. Oh wait. Are you unmuted now? There's your unmuted.
So.
There you are.
There we
You're
are.
here. Welcome back. All right, welcome. So you're the newest member of the book club, I guess. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Typically, people can say whatever they want about themselves, and then they can give a recommendation if they have any. So introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Thrice Deceased. Most people call me Mike. She, they. I guess for recommendations for gaming, I would say Infamous Second Son, because PlayStation 4. It's what got me
Ooh.
into it. And for reading, The Faraway Paladin.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Nice. I recognize that one. Thank you so much for that. All right.
Yeah,
And that's everybody here for this week. Turno will not be here this week, but he has been reading it and he has been posting things in the spoiler chat, I believe. I think he was. So he's got thoughts that I'm sure he'll share with us at some point. So all right, now let's get started here this week. Now, before we get into this week's stuff, I know at least Aztec is here who was not here last week. And then Mike was, I think, in the chat last week and not on here. Do either of you have thoughts about the previous week's stuff that you would like to share?
It's been interesting noting the differences between like the manga and the anime that I have watched.
So have
I
you,
agree with that, yeah.
so have you seen the whole anime before?
Yeah.
Okay. And Thrice, what was your experience been with Ouran Host Club in the past?
I would definitely say those little differences, and I actually don't know if I watched the anime all the way through the first time. I feel like I must have stopped around the Alice in Wonderland part because I feel like I was like, this is getting weird. I need to
That
get
was
out
just
of here.
not in the anime.
Yeah. It's like I think I got to that episode of the anime and then it was just like what it was very strange. And it also happened completely different in the manga.
It did. Yeah.
But yeah, but for the first 2 volumes, I guess it really was just those weird little differences of like mostly just phrasing and how things came across so differently based just on the phrasing.
Okay.
I did appreciate the small footnote of, hey, we're just going to ignore anybody that should be graduating. Don't
Yeah. I was so happy for that too.
Very funny.
They reiterated it again this week too. I was so happy
because
about
they
it.
hit spring again.
They hit spring again, yeah. Because this is, I assume this was like monthly releases for each chapter as it was releasing. I assume something like that. I don't know, but like, you know, we've gone through a whole cycle of another year essentially. So yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for
I
that.
also wasn't here.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yes, I remember we
just real
talked
quick,
about your history of it, I think, but didn't actually
Yeah.
have you
No,
on for it.
I have not. I was dying last week. I still kind of am, but it's fun. No, I don't have any knowledge really of Ouran High School Host Club, basically at all.
Okay.
I liked this week's reading a hell of a lot more than the first week's reading.
Oh, okay. Why is that? Do you know exactly why, or?
I think I was kind of talking about this with a friend earlier, and because she's a really big fan. I think it felt like it was relying a lot on me either knowing the characters already or knowing the archetypes that they're drawing from already. And I haven't read a lot of this particular kind of shoujo. So I didn't know any of these people, and I didn't find the jokes like funny, really. They were funnier in idea than in execution, which I don't know. It just, a lot of it was just kind of okay. And I didn't find myself really caring about any of the characters at any point. This week got weirder, and I think it's doing a lot more with the characters as well. And I think, like, not to delve too much further, but the stuff with, like, Haruhi's home life, I found really compelling in a way that was like, oh, this is working for me in a way that the comedy necessarily isn't.
Right. Okay. All right. Do we have any other thoughts about last week's stuff that anybody wanted to bring up before we jump right into this week's stuff? All right, cool. Let's get into this week's volume content. So 3 and 4. What did we have? We immediately went to an actual beach episode this time. That was the start of things this week. An actual beach episode which they brought the customers along to. So they we're dealing with the customers being there too.
It's legally counted as a business expense.
See, yeah, true. Because our boy Kyoya, okay, he's always, he's like, we gotta make our money back somehow. We also did find out this week. we also did find out this week how the club makes money. They just sell merch online through like auctions, which upset Haruhi, because Haruhi found out that they were just selling shit that she would lose, like her pencil or whatever. Listen, that stuff.
Pencil too, it wrote really smoothly.
I forget how much it went for, but didn't it go for like a lot more money than a used pencil?
A little under $300.
Yeah.
As you do.
Listen, it's a rich school, okay? It was like a cheap pencil from like the supermarket or something. I think she said so.
Yeah, like
look, you're paying that profit margin, all right?
Hey. So the beach episode, which had all the boys in the beach outfits, and they kept joking about Haruhi being in a beach outfit too for the opportunity, and then it just never happened because now we got the customers here. And this was the first time I think we had a chapter continue on into the next with the events that are directly happening. I can't remember a time earlier where something like that happened. Maybe it did. But there was a whole incident in it. By the way, the beach that they're on is not like any of the cast beach that they own, because most of them have beaches that are in like overseas, and Haruhi does not have a passport or something to be able to go to overseas one. So, and I think Kyoya's family has one, but it's currently in use. So they are at, what is the occult dude's name? Nekazawa's family's beach, which it's the Nekazawa beach because it's got a giant, like, cat cursed looking rock formation cave thing that leads to the street or something.
What, you don't have one at your beach?
Not typically. No, not typically.
See, you say typically, which implies that happens sometimes.
Well, I
Wow,
mean,
that's like villain shit.
it did look like villain shit. It was not a nice looking cat face. It was a terrifying looking cat face. But
It just looked like it hid an evil lair behind the waterfall and the
Yeah.
crevices on the rocks.
I
mean,
really
don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I really liked the line that Nekozawa had later when the twins and Tamaki went to catch Haruhi from falling off the cliff, and they run into the pile of bodies, like the skeletons, and Nekozawa is like, "Ah, you found my decorations for you guys. Do you like them?" It's so stupid. I love it.
You like some dead bodies in your decorations? You don't. I have plenty in my house. It's wonderful.
I just liked the implication that he left them there for them. This was him putting together a party for his friends.
He was especially excited to get closer to Tamaki, I think, right? That was what he kept saying.
the sundress comment. So for those who maybe haven't read it or aren't as familiar with it, there is a line that Tamaki makes about wanting to walk along the beach with Haruhi at sunset while she's in a white sundress. And Nekozawa pops up behind him and grabs his shoulders and goes, "Oh, Mr. Suo, you like white sundresses? What impeccable taste you have."
What did he mean by this? What
What God mean by
there?
this?
What's his story?
This was something that made it nice and fresh for me as somebody who has seen the anime. This was something that made it very nice and fresh for me to like read in the manga, because this was not the case in the anime. And also I really like how much more Nekozawa is involved. I mean, it's a comedy, so how he's involved story-wise is debatable, but I think his character is very fun, and I like it.
Right.
I also enjoy how much he shows up in the manga because it's so silly.
It's so silly.
It really is. Like, the first time we met this guy was like a random...
He just kind of showed up.
He just kind of opened the door. It was like, "Hey, don't forget
this.
this thing that will become a plot thing used by the twins like once towards the end of whatever this episode is." And then he left. And then I think they talked about how creepy he was, and then we moved on from him for like a whole volume or so. Oh yeah, they had to tell us early that like he's terrified of the light. He feels like it's killing him if any light is on him or whatever. We had a brief introduction to him at random before we just went to his beach island. For not only did we go to his beach, his private beach, okay, then they stayed overnight at his mansion there next door. So, which had the power go out, and or was out intentionally. I forget.
Yeah, I think the implication obviously is that light burns his skin.
Yeah.
So they just have the power turned off since, he's like the man of the house or whatever. So they do whatever he says. So he's like, "Oh, it's too bright." So they had the breaker turned off.
And then Haruhi just went downstairs and fixed it.
I do like.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Just the running joke of like he's wearing a wig and everything, and he's not like a little goth boy. But also it made me laugh in the translation. They said, "Couldn't somebody have copped up a better beach?" They were like, "Come on, guys."
And then it just showed like the twins are like, "Oh, they have overseas beaches and all that."
Yeah, they're like, "It's overseas, like, come on." Yeah.
Yeah, like the fact that he's wearing a wig is really funny because it's like, why not just dye your hair black?
Look, okay, he can't go all the way. He wants to, but he can't.
Doesn't
Look,
work
that
the
we
same,
breaking
okay?
school
The
rules.
inner turmoil.
That's true. Inner turmoil. Yeah, they stumble into him too. They're like, "Who's this guy?" And I think the manga's supposed to make him look like super attractive or whatever. And then he just puts on all his costume. They're like, "What the fuck?" and they're still. By the
Yeah,
way,
it's like-
they were like looking for Haruhi at the time, like around the mansion, I think, and or they were looking for. They were looking for somebody, and then they ignored whatever they were doing just to focus on that. Most of the people, I remember
Was
that.
it that Haruhi was sick after eating too much crab? So they were trying to get her to the bathroom, and then
Yes,
they ran
that's what it
into
was.
Nekozawa in the hallway and were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah.
And then Haruhi went to the bathroom while the others all fucked off to harass Nekozawa.
Yeah. Yeah, and this whole set of events, it featured a continuing conflict, which was during the beach episode. Haruhi was harassed by a couple boys that were also in the area. I don't know if they were supposed to be the same Yakuza boys from the first volume, or if they were just completely different boys. But I think they ended up throwing Haruhi into the water. And naturally, like the boys, including Tamaki, were like freaking out about this and went to go help or whatever. And they help Haruhi out of the water, but Tamaki is very upset at the fact that Haruhi just kind of didn't try to like call for help or anything afterwards. Which I think was kind of a thing that this week's volumes were trying to highlight, that Haruhi is the kind of person that is used to being alone, and so is not used to having to rely on others to help her out, and is therefore not used to having to like call people for help or to ask people for help. She will just, in fact, she will, even as we saw in like some flashback thing about her father, go out of her way to just set up scenarios in which she's not bothering other people, even if it is to a detriment to herself or whatever or something. It was trying to establish that kind of thing about Haruhi, and that caused a fight between her and Tamaki, where Tamaki's like, well, all right, if you don't realize what you did, I'm not talking to you. To which he started to walk away and then immediately looked back. He's walking away. He's like, I'm not talking to you anymore. And is immediately looking back, like, come on, apologize, all right? Come on, you do it, right? No. Like, it was immediate. And yeah, he had that kind of. But I thought it was really funny. They were having that like serious kind of fight, or at least Tamaki in his head was having a serious fight about this. And then they go to have the dinner, and Haruhi offers him crab, and he's like, "Oh, is this like an olive branch? Are we done?" And it's like an empty like leg or whatever. It's just a little thing like that.
Haruhi's standing on business, okay?
Yeah, and then she starts trying to stab him with her fork, which I appreciated.
That was
Look.
so funny.
You don't fuck with someone's food.
No, she wasn't trying to stab him with her fork. His hand just happened to be dangerously close to where her
That's true.
fork was hitting the table.
That's true.
That's true. I didn't think about
He
that.
assumed the risk.
He reached for her plate. That was
Look,
self-defense.
he fell out of the
Exactly.
window 27 times. That's not her fault.
You know,
It's not.
can't help being a Gemini, right? I don't actually know if she's a Gemini.
I don't remember. They went over birthdays. I don't
They
remember
did.
if it was this or
I
last
don't remember
reading.
seeing hers though.
Yeah.
February 4th. So no, she's not a Gemini.
The only
Okay.
one that I remember was Honey's being on the leap day of February.
Canonically,
Years.
canonic reason for why he doesn't grow so much. He only grows once every 4 years because he's on a leap day or leap year. Yeah, there you go.
I'd like to point out that canonically Honey's also only 3 inches shorter than Haruhi.
And canonically, he can change
Oh.
his height at will. So.
But
course.
Lori is Gemini.
Oh,
made
okay. You can't help it. You can't help it.
Didn't they also have blood types too? I found out that apparently having AB blood type means you have a split personality.
Oh,
Look, I'm not paying attention to their blood types when I don't know my own.
That's true. I don't know
Look,
mine.
okay, some people are just tuning. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that happens. Nekozawa, right there.
Yeah, because Kyoya and Honey both have AB blood type.
Yep. Yeah, that was the bonus meme that we were getting in between reading about things. It was the manga author setting in stone the birth dates for the characters, some of which, you know, she had thought out ahead of time, I think she said, and others were like fan suggestions or votes or whatever, and decisions based on what she thought was sounded most correct. Some of them she was like, you know, it would make more sense for this person to have this birthday, but I wanted to do the exact opposite because I thought it would be funny. So she did that a couple times too.
Why wouldn't you?
You know, I mean, why not? But yeah, it was interesting to read about those little notes. Yeah, so that was nice. And like I liked as well a lot of the bonus stuff that was more shown off this week was all the fan stuff that she would get. She would get all these fan letters and fan like or faxes of like drawings from people and stuff like that. And she was showcasing them all off. Isn't it really nice? It was really nice. She was talking about how she like tries to respond to as many as much of the fan mail as she gets. You know, I think that's fun. Especially with a series like this, it sounded like by this volume, or I mean, even from last week's volumes, it sounded like it had already blown up a lot. So now it's at the point where she's getting like a lot of stuff. I'm assuming, you know, every month or so when a new volume drops. And she's also getting the letters that are pointing out when an inconsistency happens, and she's also apologizing for them. I didn't even notice them, but maybe it was corrected by the time it got the English release versus the magazine release or whatever. But she would point out things like in one of the panels, Kyoya and Tamaki's positions were swapped. I corrected that later. She said a couple times there's like 6 fingers on a person. You know, I apologize profusely for this mistake or whatever. Yeah. Listen, okay, there's a lot going on all these chapters. All right. So, you know, God bless you for being able to, you know, get this stuff done. Because I think there was a couple of the bonus little side things where she's just like, there's a lot that goes on in my process. And even though I have several people helping me out with this, it still takes a lot. And I'm having like a ton of phone calls with my editors to figure out what next month's chapter is going to be about before I'm even done with the current month's chapter. And it's a lot. Yeah. And she also talked a little bit about the changes that were made from the concept of the series to what actually happened. I forget what some of them were. I thought a couple of them were interesting.
I would have killed for split personality Honey. That would have been so fucking funny, dude.
Oh my god.
That would have been so good. And we got a little bit of it. I think this reading when he had to go on the sweets break because of the cavity in his tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. If that had been not the misogyny part, the fact that he would have called women like pigs or something, that was crazy. But like split personality Honey would have been so funny. I wish that they had capitalized on that a little more.
Yeah, it's a lot of interesting ideas that go into these things, and it's interesting how what we get in the end. We did have another bonus thing that kind of explored some of the suggestions and ideas the fans sent, which was funny. I think one of them was like, what if Tamaki and Kyoya's personalities swapped? Like how those characters would act or whatever. Yeah.
I really like that. I actually have it open in front of me. They're just insane suggestions. Like the changing room, that's a personality exchanging machine. It's just a classic. They go in a submarine. They go to like a commoner's island. I don't know. But I appreciate whoever wrote all of these in.
Yeah, so many suggestions. But I'm getting a little off track because I'm talking about the bonus meme stuff, but we gotta focus on what actually happened. We gotta focus on what actually happened. So the fight between Haruhi and Tamaki. So it gets resolved by Haruhi realizing what the problem was in that like not actively calling out for help when she needs it. Here though, we showcased it through Kyoya doing questionable.
Hey, so that actually was also in the anime.
No, I remember that being in the anime. I remember that's one of the things I remember because I was like, what the fuck, what is this? I remember that. Listen, okay. I like Kyoya. I like Kyoya. I don't like what happened there. What was that about? What was that about? What was like? I feel like you have many other ways to showcase the point you're trying to get across. I don't feel like you need to do all that.
The funny part to me, which the scene wasn't funny objectively, like that was a very serious, like
Right.
very like heavy scene. But the funniest part to me was not how scary Kyoya was when he was like threatening to hurt her. It's the fact he was laughing to himself as he was walking away afterwards. He was like chuckling as he walked down the hallway and was like, wouldn't like, oh fuck, what did he say? He was like,
nothing to gain was what he said.
Nothing to gain.
Because she had
That's
said,
right.
you have. She's like, oh, I get it. You're trying to showcase to me what I was doing wrong because you have nothing to gain from going after me like this. And he just, like, when he left, he's just laughing like, nothing to gain, huh? And I was just like, are we trying to say that you did have feelings for her or something? Because
Okay,
if that's what you're trying to convey, that's the worst way to do it. I don't. Okay, what's going on? Who's got thoughts about this? I didn't know
I
somebody was
just
trying
thought
to say.
it was
Yep,
a
Thrice?
weird way to reveal the feelings part, where it's just like
Yeah.
nothing to gain, ha ha ha, and it's like we could have done that at a different time.
No, we're doing it now. You can't be stopped.
Yeah, it's
Because it's like, oh, would he have continued if she didn't stop him, or like tell him, it's like, oh, I get what you mean, and it's like, would he have done anything?
yeah. I don't. Yeah. Andy, did you have other thoughts about this? It sounded like you did.
Okay. So,
You're so excited. Oh my god.
I'm so excited. But I'm having to be really careful about what I say because I'm trying to not do spoilers for the anime that corresponds to like what we haven't read yet.
Sure.
But one thing that I have a few pictures, but one of the things that I'm really enjoying about the manga over the anime is the fact that it really is giving harem. Like in the anime, it was like, oh, they're all kind of doting on Haruhi, but it was kind of very obvious that like Tamaki had the biggest crush on her, right? In the manga, every single time there's like some little thing to like indicate that like all of them are into her. I took a screenshot of it, the scene where when she commented that she really liked the shell that one of the twins found, I think it was Hikaru. Everybody like flanked her, showing her like the cool stuff that they had found. And, like that was not the case in the anime. That was very much like a thing for just her and Honey in the anime. And there was another one where when she steps out in the dress when they're in the mansion, the thing that I latched onto was like the little smile that Kyoya gave, because Kyoya is like this very stoic character, but like he smiles at her because he thinks she's so cute. There was the scene when at the beginning when they're talking about the swimsuits. And Honey is like saying, oh, I prefer this one. You can kind of see Mori like side-eyeing and agreeing with what Hikaru and Karu are proposing with like the bikini one. It's so good. Like you can see how all of them just like flock to her and how each of them are choosing to present the fact that they are into her. And it's something that wasn't in the anime that I'm very much enjoying in the manga. And it's really cute. And it just makes them all seem so happy.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It is interesting that like we'll get the focus on the characters and then like show the connection to Haruhi with their development as well. It is nice. It is very nice. I will also say these two chapters also revolved around another thing, which was a little contest between Tamaki and the twin. Actually, it was everybody except Kyoya, because Kyoya was the one who had like the prize for them.
Yeah, the fact that Honey and Mori were like, yeah, get us in on this, give us these pictures.
So what I'm referring to is there was a game to see who could figure out what Haruhi's weakness is, because I think they had just noticed that like nothing kind of creeped her out or whatever, or made her feel shaken up. She was always very like nonchalant about a lot of things. So they're trying to figure out what her weakness is, what she's like scared of. So there's like, oh, fear of heights, and they like go up to the top of like a very high place, and she's like, haha, we could die if we fall from here. Hurry, what's going on there? They were like fear of the dark, and it was like Honey is just crying. It's like, oh, it's okay.
It's claustrophobia.
Oh yeah, claustrophobia. Yeah.
Honey's scared of small spaces.
Yeah. Eventually,
He himself was small.
Eventually the arc between Haruhi and Tamaki is resolved after Haruhi has the conversation with Kyoya that helps her understand what Tamaki was upset about, and then she's almost about to apologize to Tamaki, and then thunder strike happens, like a loud thunder happens, and we find out she's so scared of thunderstorms that she immediately just walked into the closet, locked herself in a closet, and said, "Sorry, I gotta do something real quick. I just got I just got something to do real quick." And yeah, so he was like, "Don't worry, I'll keep you safe from this," or whatever. And he's like, "Okay, well, now I guess I know her weakness. She's scared of that stuff." I think they also decided to end that sweet moment with an S&M joke. He had her like blindfolded and like with earplugs in to try and make her feel safer, and then they all walked in and called him a pervert. I was like, well, this is a sweet moment up until then. So
I'm mad about that. I'm sorry. As #1 Tamaki apologist, I will defend my man to the end. And they
Your
were
Honor.
really mean about that.
Your Honor. Okay. They may
I can
have
really see him just not processing what it looked like until
Look,
everyone
I'm
came
sorry,
in.
but if a motherfucker pulls rope out of his trunk, I'm asking questions.
that was one of the things, though. They were just like, "Why did you just have a blindfold on hand? What was going on there, Tamaki? What was going on with that?" Not
Are
typically,
you sure
no.
you want the answers to those questions?
No, not really.
It could be for his beauty sleep.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like a
You're
weighted
telling me
blanket.
It's a.
I can't
Alright.
believe I'm a Kevin from Umineko. You know, it's very impressive.
Kevin Umineko?
I mean, fucking Pandora Hearts.
Oh, was that a
I'm losing
rare?
it.
Was that rare? Actually, I got to do to Shadow. Oh my god! Holy shit! That never happens. Anyways, so
Wait, that's rare?
I mean, no, not at all. I do it all the time to you. Anyways, we're moving on. So, the next chapter focused on. At first, it looked like they were doing like a night, like European Nights themed event at the host club, but actually, the episode was all about the neighborhood rival schools club, the Zuka Club. I think it was called the Saint Roberia Women's Institute's White Lily Club, aka the Zuka Club, which I think was a shortened a shortened name for the Takarazuka, all-female theater troupe, Japanese theater thing. I think that was the reference for their name. They were showing up at the club and hanging out, so we got some
in
fun
the
times with that.
anime dub, similar to my whole thing with Belzanoff. It's the Lobelia Girls Academy.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
do with that what you will.
So yeah, so they join the club immediately, or they don't join the club. They go to the club that day. Immediately, they see that Haruhi is clearly a girl and are immediately trying to recruit Haruhi to the Zuka Club instead. They're like, "You don't need to be here with all these guys. They're all awkward and selfish and rowdy. And look at all the bullshit that they're pulling through with you. You're better than this, Haruhi. You're better than this." And she's like, "Well, I don't know. They're not that bad." Reveals like an obvious bad thing that they're doing. Reveals an obvious bad thing that they're like, "Well, you know, they're not that
literally
bad."
like, my girlfriends and I saw you from across the bar.
We can save you, please. And that's when she finds out that they're just selling her shit online too. When she's not looking, she's like, "What the fuck? I was looking for that pen."
It's a pay off the debt, clearly.
This was also when Haruhi found out that Tamaki's only half Japanese.
Oh yeah. They just kind of
And she
offhandedly
thought that-
mentioned that. I don't know why.
And she thought that the reason that his hair is lighter than everybody else's is because he swims a lot.
Is that how that works? I don't think that.
Well, so chlorine and like heavy sun can definitely bleach your hair, but not from like typical, Japanese black brunette to like Tamaki's platinum blonde, which I think in the manga they implied that it was supposed to be like dirty blonde, but whatever the case may be. The point is that he doesn't have dark hair.
I can't believe he's French.
Which technically Honey doesn't either. So I never really understood why that was a point of contention. Because Honey and the twins don't have dark hair either. But
don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So is that why you're the Tamaki apologist? Because he's French?
Oh.
We'll get into it. Don't you?
I
just
can't say anything.
Okay.
We'll learn all about his French origins later. Don't worry.
Well, we got into it. We got into it a little bit, but we haven't gotten to those chapters yet.
Just a quiet we.
As a
Oui,
you know?
Okay, yeah. I will say, I am surprised they just make their money off of like their auction site sales. Why aren't they taking fees? They're rich. Is there a reason why? I mean, I understand like they're probably would still do the auction site. Why the fuck wouldn't Kyoya also charge a fee to enter the host club or whatever, or like sell for the food?
Books.
Yeah, the photo. Well, I mean, yeah, he obviously, I'm assuming, makes money off that kind of stuff.
Well, you need permits to sell food, and I think charging an entrance fee would run aground to prostitution laws.
I don't know how host clubs work with that kind of stuff, but I just know that like
they charge a lot for alcohol. That's how host clubs work.
Okay, well, it sounds like they're not charging for the food here. I don't know, like
exactly. So they need merch.
But I mean, why can't they charge for? They could easily hire the staff. Anyways, I'm not going to argue the logistics of the Ouran host club.
No,
okay, I'm
don't
not gonna.
turn Kyoya into a marketable plushie.
Well, Kyoya would obviously market that shit. He would market all this shit. Okay, he's looking for the money. Is what he does. All right, so that was the start, and the club was a little worried that how he would actually do it because they took one look at themselves and they were just like, "Why the fuck would she stay with us? Oh shit, we're fucked. We got to do something about this." And they're like, "Don't worry."
Well,
they got a plan.
It was a little bit of that, but it was also the fact that the Lobelia Girls Academy, the Zuka Club, they pointed that out, and then Haruhi left. Said absolutely nothing. They were like, you know what? Like, we'll challenge you for Haruhi's loyalty or whatever. And Haruhi was like, oop, gotta go, bye. And they were like, oh no, she really is leaving us for the Zuka Club.
Which this is when all the guys had the realization that, oh wait, she is kind of gay, isn't she?
She really got bad.
Finally, this screenshot makes sense.
We got somebody in YouTube chat say, see, it's a private institution. Permits are more of a suggestion enforced by student council and the school board. Oh, I see. Also, we had somebody in YouTube chat.
Later.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, as we see later, the host club kind of defies the student council. They're a weird floater situation.
We do that often, yeah. We also had somebody in YouTube chat
for those teas and cake.
Yeah. We had somebody earlier says, how does this manga/book club work? So the way that this book club works is that if you so we read 2 volumes per week for the entirety of a series. So we're going to be reading through 2 volumes a week of Ouran High School Host Club every single week on Thursdays at this time. If you would like to become a part of the discussions, either on the live streams or just in the text chats with us, you go to discord.wolfborg.com. And then you can grab the book club role there and you can hang out with us there in the book club chats. But yeah, we are live every week, every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern time on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. And then we're also going to be uploading the episodes to Spotify, which, by the way, I was like almost done editing the last week's episode for Spotify, and then I got busy with other stuff. So it will get uploaded. Again, let me work out the kinks with the first series uploads of that. And then once I get that sorted out, then it'll be more steady releases with that. But I'm working on them, okay? They're going to be up on Spotify. Don't worry. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, anyways. Let's see here. Yeah, so we were talking about the Zuka Club. Yeah, and the joke there with her just walking out was later on just like, oh yeah, I had to go to the supermarket before time ran out on like a deal or something like that because you guys stole my pen and other stuff. So she was just, I mean, she came back the next day. They put on a whole thing about their own Zuka Club, I think it was. Wait. What
I
was
don't
it?
know
No.
what
Wait.
this artist was on, but this artist was cooking when they drew all of the hosts cross-dressing as girls.
Yeah, that's what it
Kyoya
was. Yeah.
as the queen in the Alice in Wonderland, the twins in the Alice
You
in
mean
Wonderland.
Bayonetta?
the
True.
twins, and like Honey is like the little princess when they were like pretending to be her sisters. This artist like low-key should have been drawing women more. I'm just saying. But
We have a think of that. It's called Yuri.
True.
but yeah,
Truly,
how
we
did he
occasionally do.
comes back into all of them, like except I think Kyoya and Mori are dressed as girls.
Right. Yep. Yeah, brother. Kyoya was brother Kyoya, and then it says parentheses sometimes mother. Because we're still keeping up the gag about Kyoya being the mother and Tamaki being the dad of the group, I guess.
In the anime, they did.
Every
make
friend
Kyoya
group needs a
mother.
mom, even if it's a guy.
It's always keeping us together.
So they had their own Zuka Club atmosphere at the host club to try to convince Haruhi to stay, and she just laughs at the whole thing.
Haruhi thought it was fucking hilarious. She was losing her mind.
It was a mad comedy.
She laughed at it, and it was just immediately to the Zuka Club. Like, yeah, so I have no intention of going, really. So, you guys have fun. I'm just gonna chill here. Everything's fine here. I got a dream I want to fulfill, so that's why I came here. Which hasn't really been explained to us yet. What the dream is, I don't think. Has it been? I don't think it has. So, we'll find out about that later. So, yeah, so the Zuka Club just declare themselves the rivals to the Ouran Host Club, and then left.
Allegedly.
And I don't think we saw them again for the rest of the week's reading. I don't think. Did they come back? I don't think they came back.
Not this week.
Not this week. Ominous.
Sorry.
Then we had the Halloween.
Return.
Then we reached Halloween. Okay, we got some costumes going on. We had Tamaki Vampire Tamaki. We had Angel.
Honey dressed as Sakataro.
Yes, Sakataro. Sakataro. We had the twins as angels, and they all really wanted Haruhi to wear a witch outfit. They all really wanted it.
They did.
And then we had curse shenanigans going on for Haruhi.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Umineko?
That's literally all I could think about. Well, not the only thing I could think about, but it definitely was present in my mind as that was happening. That and how much Haruhi's shoes looked like Fujita's. It was kind of hard to ignore.
In the witch
It all
outfit.
comes together.
Down to clown now.
Finally, clowning around.
This was the first instance where it was like the story beats were noticeably different than the anime. Like I think the plot of this whole episode was completely different than the anime was.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, in the anime, the idea was that they put on like a maze throughout the school, and they were trying to see who could get like scared the most, essentially. And in this, it was just like basically them all piling on Haruhi the whole time.
Okay, I see. I mean, here the bit was it's the twins doing shenanigans again. I think, right? It was just that they were doing because they kept trying to have somebody look like they are in the window that Haruhi could look out to and see sometimes and get creeped out by and then disappear when other people tried to look into it, I think. And she was talking with one of the twins, hanging out with them quite a bit for a while. I think this was also where she was talking about how the different personality types between the twins that she had noticed. I forget how she described it. It was like
I took screenshots. I took some. Hold on.
It was like one of them is calm and relatively normal when they're on their own, and the other's always loud and crazy, I think.
She was like, because Karu had cut his finger or like hurt himself or something. So he went to the nurse's office to leave Hikaru alone with Haruhi, and Haruhi was talking about the differences, and I think she said, "Oh my god." Sorry, I took so many screenshots of these.
She's like, "You're annoying when you're when he's not around."
Here he is. When he's on his own, Karu is calm and relatively normal. The key word here, relatively, had me rolling.
Relatively.
Like, the keyword relatively. That's crazy. But yeah, so let me see. Sorry, I'm looking at some of the other pictures. He said Cardi's not badly injured, but he went to the nurse. Hikaru said he's not badly injured, but he went to the nurse. I offered to go with him, but he said I'd be in the way. And he said, "Yeah, knowing you probably would be." How did he get his ass?
I think I also remembered this was the one where they walked up to Haruhi and said trick or treat, and then she gave them a candy. The twins gave the twins a candy, and then they tried to say again trick or treat, like hoping that she would run out of candy, but she was loaded with a bunch of candy by Tamaki ahead of time so that they wouldn't be able to trick her. I think legally not allowed to trick Haruhi as long as she's got all the candy in the world to give the twins.
I have things to say.
Yeah? What things do you have to say?
Usually do.
Okay. So, during this episode, when Haruhi is separated from the twins, I think it's while she's working on the cooking, the other classmates kind of mentioned the fact that the twins, until the host club, were pretty heavily isolated. You know, they had all, because they were like rich or whatever, they had all kind of gone to like the same middle school and high school together, right? So they knew the twins, and they knew that the twins were pretty isolated and, you know, only kept to themselves. And it wasn't until the host club where they started being willing to kind of like engage with other people, right? Yeah. And then at the end, Hikaru and Karu outright say, here we go. It's our fault, but we just wanted everybody to enjoy Halloween together. We're sorry. It's so important. It's such a small thing, but it is so important for the twins' development as characters, both for themselves and how other people how they are seen by other people. The fact that they were willing to want to share something with the rest of the group. They had finally gone from being the people that were just like, it's us against the world, to like wanting to share this holiday with everybody. And I was dying, bro. I was like, oh, that's so good. That's such a good detail to include. And the fact that like they kind of kept it all in the same episode, like, obvious to that this is very much like the storyline the twins are going down, but that they included all of the relevant details in that episode before kind of like gut punching you with that like bit at the end when it's revealed that the twins, it was so good that I was like crying reading that chapter because it's just such good development for the twins.
I did also appreciate all the art of Haruhi in the witch outfit. I thought that was very, very cute. I mean, I thought all their outfits were very, very nice, but I think particularly the witch outfit, it worked very well for her, I think. I thought it was neat. I thought it was nice.
Big hat always makes something cuter.
True. I forget, was Nekozawa anywhere for the Halloween chapter?
I don't think so.
That is surprising. That's the one day of the year. His popular times are here. Where is he? Oh,
man was booked full. All right.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Nekozawa's philosophy on Halloween is like it's for hipsters, you know, like for posers, people who want to be part of the dark magic club. Always get dressed up on Halloween, but they're not real magicians or whatever.
Obviously he was there. He was just not in his outfit. He was in his normal style without the wig and cape and all that, and nobody just noticed that he was still there. that was his costume.
That's his most terrifying costume. He just looks like a dude.
This guy can be normal is terrifying.
Not just that, an attractive dude. That's the worst part.
What do we have next?
I mean, he'd probably be really good at cosplaying grumpy Tamaki, just like go in a dark corner somewhere and be sad and be like a pretty blonde boy.
Oh no, there's two Tamakis. What we do?
That I mean, you know, it's probably a reason why he wanted to get closer to Tamaki. Maybe he's like, what else did we have? Oh, we finally went to Haruhi's house, fueled primarily by
A nightmare.
by Tamaki waking up in a cold sweat after having a nightmare about Haruhi's house being the terrible worst place ever, and then we just actually went to her place and it was just like, it's okay, it's fine, it's
Honestly, I've
fine.
seen worse.
It was like,
It's
okay.
normal.
It's like typical. I think like the twins made a couple offhand comments about like what, as soon as they were just like, oh, you don't have to hold back. They're like, okay, fine. This place is so fucking cramped. This is like, I've seen bigger closets than this. It's like I don't
Never mind.
like, and I think she was saying to herself, oh yeah, if I tell them that they could do whatever, they will just go off. Maybe I shouldn't have.
They will forget what
Forgot these
manners
people don't
are.
have manners.
But like so he woke up having the nightmare about it, which by the way, we also got, because of that, we got to meet, I guess, Tamaki's house's head maid or whatever, older lady. What was the Umineko old lady maid's name? I couldn't remember her, but it kept making me think of her. But Kumasawa, her. It made me think of her.
She's coming back to Mineko.
But I mean, Tamaki like was ready to walk out the door. Was it this chapter? Or maybe it was a different chapter. I remember she was like dealing with Tamaki, having to constantly deal with him, and he's just like, "Oh, breakfast. I'll ignore breakfast. All right, I'm leaving." And she's like, "Sir, you're still in your pajama pants." He's like, "Okay, fine, I'll go get changed. All right, I'm ready to go to school." He's like, "Sir, it's Sunday." Well, why did you tell me that first? Well, I hoped one day you would stop fucking up as much as you are. But
I have the screenshot because it was so funny, but I pray daily that you will develop the facilities to detect your own mistakes one day.
The Bellboy arc never ends, baby.
That I stopped you at all only betrays my love, which is as vast as me.
Oh my god.
I'm like, damn, girl, bars. Did you guys also know that his dog is named Antoinette?
Oh, I
He
did not
named
know
his
that.
dog.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
he's
wait.
French.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember the dog.
Leave me alone!
French.
I'm kind of scared of what's gonna happen for that dog now.
Wee.
You really are going Doki Doki Literature Club.
See, Jeff Keighley was right. Okay.
No,
what
he
else?
wasn't right, Chap.
You don't know anything. Listen, they go to Haruhi's house in like very expensive cars and then bust out with their very expensive outfits, and the whole neighborhood's like, what the hell is going on? Is this like a movie set? What's going on here? And then the landlady's like, what's all this racket? And Tamaki's putting on the charm. He's like, oh, well, of course, Haruhi's apartment's right over here. Landlady, what are you doing? Haruhi's like, what the hell are you guys doing here?
Can't they inspect the house?
I love how his excuse was going to be, now just tell her we were just in the neighborhood and wanted to stop by. And it's like, when in the world would you be in this neighborhood?
We were just walking by.
People? You only go to see the commoners?
The story doesn't work if all of you were here. Why are all of you here? He's like, okay, you guys could take a look inside for 3 seconds and then you're leaving. And Honey's like, but we brought cake. And she pauses. Okay, we can have some cake, and then you go home. I can make tea too. All right, I'll be a good host. Okay. And obviously, we also had to meet the dad. We had to meet. Came back from work. Obviously, had to come back from work at the perfect time for Tamaki to leave a first impression upon the father.
A very good first impression.
Was it like the common anime trope of mistakenly falls over another character as somebody walks in? Was that what happened there? I think it was that.
Yeah.
So
He like slips on the mat.
But that was so funny though. The dad walks in, sees that, and then the next chapter, because this is another continuing thing. The next chapter opens with him seeing Tamaki seeing the dad. It's like, oh shit, and then he's immediately thrown into like the wall behind the dad, and the dad's just like, oh, Haruhi, how's it going? And Haruhi's like, what was that sound? Oh, don't worry about that. Oh my god, what is this bug doing in my apartment? I really like how the author handles the comedy of many of these scenes. I think it's really, really good. It's
sorry.
So good.
Yeah, me
She
too, Andy.
agrees. She agrees. Yeah, or he agrees. I forget.
She's mad about how I was petting her.
Oh,
Are you?
not like that. That's wrong. Do it right. Yeah, and naturally the dad apparently has been in communication with Kyoya since like how he's been in the club like the whole time, and that's how Kyoya got the photos of her in like middle school or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, I got my sources. The source is just her dad. I thought like I thought the home visit, like I had wondered when it was hinted at in the first one. They were like, "Oh, Haruhi, the twins do a whole bit to get to you to invite you to their home." And I was just thinking, like, whenever we go to that chapter, what could possibly happen? It's probably gonna be a normal ass place, not that big. What are we gonna do there? And I mean, naturally, she was like gonna cook for them, but they had to go to a supermarket. So then, instead of the thing being about the house, they instead make it about commoner life. So they're just like, oh, this is a normal ass place, but like they're freaking out about the novelty of it and how small it is, and then going to the supermarket being like, oh my god, is this how the commoners buy food? It's so look, Tamaki just falling for every discount thing imaginable. Look, we have to reward his efforts to sacrifice his livelihood for this. We have to buy it all immediately. Things like that, yeah.
I do
okay.
love that he has a history of being destroyed by the shopping channel.
the
Just as
head
a
maid
child
having to like
watching
stop him.
infomercials.
She's just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But come on, it's a limited time. We have to get it now.
I mean, he would have the money for it, so
Listen, they wouldn't have much money if he kept watching those channels, I think.
true.
Okay. Other thoughts about that story?
Okay, I do.
Okay, does anybody else other than Andy have thoughts first? Because I know Andy's got a lot of thoughts about many things.
I like
It has a lot
Tachibana.
of thoughts about a lot of things.
What'd you say, Mike?
I liked Tachibana, the security guards.
Oh, the security guards that were just following them the whole time, and as soon as they went to give Tamaki a free sample, he's like, hold on, we gotta break out of our hiding real quick. We'll taste that first, okay?
Yeah, you can't be poisoned.
They just are always following the cast. They just don't know.
I like the idea that they're just always behind a tree somewhere.
I like the idea that
Hopefully
Kyoya is just
bugging
in
me, though.
communication with everybody at all times. All right,
Assume that's the case unless told otherwise.
All right, anybody else before we get into Andy's thoughts? All right, Andy, let it rip.
Okay. So. There are a couple of things that you may or may not have noticed while doing the reading. Number one, Tamaki lives in the second Suo mansion, being taken care of by the head maid Shima and all of the other little maids that I kind of liked the detail that the maids, he's just like, yeah, they can have my breakfast, and the maids are like making fun of him and stuff. It's like obvious that he has a very like friendly and cordial relationship, or like a fun relationship with the maids, and isn't like super demanding and stuff. Outside of the fact that like he is a dumb spoiled brat, like but like whatever, like the maids have fun there. Anyway, also another thing that Shima says is that your father's eyes never touch this mansion, implying that Tamaki lives in the second Suo mansion without his dad. Okay, so then if you follow his actions, before the dad walks in, he's taking some time to actually like give the shrine to Haruhi's mother some attention, like genuinely like showing interest in Haruhi's life and who Haruhi's mom was, and he is the only one to do that.
Not only did we do that, we did the thing again where we immediately had him look like a pervert again. Immediately. I was like, okay, all right. It works for the comedy in the next chapter for the start of it, but I was a little annoyed because we did that earlier too with that. Is like they had a serious sweet moment immediately ruined by, oh, you're a pervert.
I know, it's devastating. And then in the scene when they're going shopping, which I loved I loved the Tamaki like fucking moping as he's following Haruhi to the convenience store. That was really funny. And like the two bystanders that were like, are they in a fight? No, it's the man that's crying.
Oh, she must have hit him.
That was so funny. I
That
love
might fix him though.
It won't. It won't.
He's got a lot more problems, okay?
It'll take a couple.
It's a step though.
Guys,
But
don't
when
commit violence yet. Please don't follow our example.
Not yet. Well, it's too late for that. Honey did kick several people.
He does
Okay,
that.
that's- okay,
He does. He
that's
does that.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm
He does
telling
that.
Chet not to.
But then when they're in the convenience store and Tamaki gets a chance to like see how other people are interacting with their families, there are, I am not joking, 2 whole pages side by side of the fact that Tamaki is basically able to just watch children be children with their parents. The particularly moms. The moms are able to kind of like engage with their
Yep.
child and be like, "Oh, like you want this for dinner?" And I was losing it. And we get to see a little bit as to why later, but there was also another scene where it was one of those things where you guys are going to think I'm delusional and that I'm reading too much into it when I say this. But at the end, right before Ronka has like the last kind of like outburst at Tamaki where she's like, he's like, I'll never forgive you or whatever. Tamaki kind of is like, oh, it's like nice to see that, you know, everybody here is able to be a family together. And there's one panel of Ronka just kind of looking at him. Like, because like there's a beat, like there's a noticeable pause.
I know
before...
what you are.
Ronka is like, there's a noticeable pause while Ronka takes a moment to really like absorb and understand what Tamaki is going through before she goes back into like I keep using she. Before they go back into like the whole like protective like father figure and kind of being at odds with Tamaki. And it's like, oh, there's so much good stuff with Tamaki in that chapter. Like outside of the fact that he's like being an annoying pervert or like coming across as an annoying pervert and the fact that he's at odds with Haruhi's dad or whatever. It's just, it's so good. I love that chapter.
Right.
Or that arc in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was a lot more that we were able to do with that than I expected, so I appreciated it. And then we had a honey focused chapter, which we kind of had honey development earlier, but this was the most honey focused chapter because before we had like honey getting lost in the Kyoya private resort thing. And then we find out that he's like a martial artist as well and stuff. And then we had like a bonus comic where like he's like asleep and they're trying to upset him. But this was actually like mainly honey personality development or understanding kind of stuff. And it was all about Valentine's Day. And they had to cancel Valentine's Day, shockingly. It's like Honey's favorite time of the year. Everybody loves it because Honey gets all the candy in the world. It's where Honey's at his most honey. But he's got a cavity now. So for his own safety, which by the way, I want to real quick stop for a moment and say they sounded like they were just gonna wait for the cavity to fix itself. This didn't seem like the kind of cavity that they needed to wait for it to fix itself. This seemed like the kind of cavity where you need to go to a dentist immediately. They were just like, if we do anything, you are dying. Like
Honey is 1/16th shark.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay. Rich people just built different. They can just wait.
I mean, did you see that panel when he bit Tamaki? Those are shark teeth right there.
This is
When they
canon
first
now.
had it where it was like they were just like, all right, Tamaki, and he's like, yes, I understand what I need to do. And it's like, I thought he was gonna call an emergency dentist or something.
Yeah, that's what I assumed, because like they're all rich. So I'm like, okay, so we'll just get this solved tonight. We'll go to the dentist
This is in
immediately.
Canada. Okay, we can't do that.
I'm just wondering, like, what are
We all have
dentists?
personal
What is
dentists.
like dental hygiene like in Japan? They just like don't go to the dentist. Like, what's going on here? Why are we not? Why is the word dentist not brought up at all in this chapter about this? I understand why.
Look, they just have a stronger self-preservation instinct than that.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, I understand the main reason why is because we need this to drive the plot. So, but I still, I feel like it would have been important to bring that up at some point. Maybe they could have been something like, we tried to set up an appointment, but literally all of our private dentists are busy right now, or some dumb shit like that. I don't know. Yeah. So anyways, they were like, okay, Honey is not allowed to have sweets until the cavity is resolved. And we're not going to leave out Honey, so Valentine's Day is canceled for everybody in the host club.
Canceling Valentine's Day.
We will not be having it. We will not be accepting any gifts, any chocolates, any sweets, no nothing. Okay, we're not doing a Valentine's Day event in the host club, which devastates all of the customers. And, the host club members, especially Mori, who's like, I mean, Mori's stuff is also developed in this chapter because it's a whole thing between Mori and Honey, of course. And here it's more so Mori blaming himself the whole time and punishing himself over the fact that Honey got a cavity, which, by the way, I don't know if you could blame yourself for that. He blames himself because he forgot to remind Honey to brush his teeth like twice
Before his
bed.
That's twice too many.
I didn't like the Valentine's chapter.
Yeah.
It just kind of I was expecting a lot more because it's a shoujo where the guys like her and it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm not expecting like a whole lot of plot, but I'm expecting more than a 17-year-old gets a cavity and other guy feels bad about it.
Do they have a white day thing later? Because isn't it Valentine's Day
I was
girls
gonna
give
ask,
chocolate
yeah.
and white day boys give chocolate?
Well, now it doesn't matter because they didn't get any.
That's true.
So
We did have a bit where Mori almost was given one, but he rejected it because of the whole punishing himself deal or whatever.
yeah, I'm sorry, I found it stupid.
I mean, no, that's reasonable. A lot of the excuses for the plot of this were just like, we have a cavity. Where's the word dentist? Hello? Are we not rich? Can we not afford it? Like, what's going on here? Like,
this isn't Canada.
It felt like this was just some random idea for like a C plot or something, and it turned into the full chapter, and it's like, did we not have literally anything else for Valentine's Day in a shoujo romance?
Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ari.
Sorry, it's
like-
canceled. It's canceled.
Like,
Yeah,
Canceled
I'm
Valentine's
with
Day.
Ari. That was
The
a
main-
letdown.
It's canceled, yeah.
function
I-
it served in like the greater plot was the whole Haruhi seeing Mori now, because it's like gotta have
Yeah.
that point where she sees through whatever their like trope is and sees them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that because he gets a cavity. Oh, you poor baby. Oh, he's 17. He can't take care of himself.
It did
that's
show
why
him.
she can
It did
see that,
show
like,
him
Mori-
being dark. He was all
Yeah.
grumpy and evil and fucked up, and then he passed out.
You want to show that this is like not a trope character, like this is an actual guy, then have some kind of plot about how he feels about Valentine's Day and getting so many chocolates. Because didn't they say that like he gets the most chocolates on Valentine's Day or something?
Because
Yeah.
his clients tend to be the shyest.
Yes.
So being able to give them chocolates is the way that they're best able to demonstrate
Yeah.
they appreciate.
I like
Yeah,
that
so
little
how does he
detail
feel
about him. Yeah.
that? How does
Yeah.
he feel about that as a person, not as a trope character? If we want to actually have this chapter be about him being a character,
Yeah. We got
I
his
didn't understand.
his feelings about it. I think were mostly just told to us as he accepts their chocolates because he has to reject their love by nature of the host club, how it is, but he can accept their chocolates as his way of accepting them and showing them that it's okay to feel the way that they do or whatever, which you are correct though. It is all told from that as like an afterword of the fact that he can't accept it in this. We just didn't get to do that here. So we got to talk about what he would normally do without actually seeing it in place, I guess, because of the plot about him wanting to punish himself because, again, a child got a cavity from not brushing his teeth like twice. That's not how that works. And
Teenager. I feel like it. I don't know if it's creepier or funnier if you think about it this way, but technically when Honey was first introduced in the manga, they said he was 18. So I love sending screenshots of Honey doing shit to my friend and just captioning it, "That's an adult man."
Okay, so funny thing about this, when Andy said that, I thought they were talking about the bunny in his hand.
That's true, because I don't remember the context, but anything that Honey does, you know, the whole like crying up at Haruhi where he was like, "Did Scott hate me?" or whatever.
That is such a good line.
Like it was trying to carry the chapter with lines like that, and it was like, you know, some of the Honey art in this chapter is kind of cute, or the Honey like faces or expressions I thought were kind of cute. And again, I did really like the stuff that we were trying to do with Mori, but yeah, it could have been a lot more, and especially like the reasoning for the plot happening. It happens. We go through the year pretty quick, so maybe there'll be another one in the future for all I know. Maybe
Maybe
next
like
year.
stuck in high
Maybe.
school for 6 years by the end of it.
You know, don't worry about that. I was about to say it's like South Park, but I don't want to compare this to South Park.
Why not, Chef? Why not?
I don't.
Hold on, let me pull out the South Park fix.
We're gonna kill
you know,
Honey
you're
so
cooking with
much.
that one.
I've
Let
made
me
the
think
critical
about it.
mistake, because now I'm just gonna hear Andy making comparisons to Ouran Host Club in South Park, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
No, none of them are depressed alcoholic. I don't have anything
Not
to
yet.
work with.
Not yet. You'll find out. You'll find out. Oh, there it is. There's.
We found it.
Why don't we talk about Alice in Wonderland instead? We can't escape it. We can't. We can't escape it. We can't escape Pandora Hearts. It just keeps happening.
It wasn't even good.
This episode.
So
Pandora Hearts or this Alice in
Okay,
Wonderland?
Pandora Hearts.
Okay.
damn. I don't even know how to describe. This is just the author ran out of ideas for a chapter for a month, so she said we're gonna do Alice in Wonderland fun because I feel like it and the fans want it, so I'm gonna do it. But also, I'm gonna you want to see Haruhi as the main character of the plot in a dress? Well, obviously you're not reading if you thought she would play along with the story of Alice in Wonderland. She just fucking sit at the tree and just ignore everything. Okay, so obviously we got to do a whole bunch of other stuff with the other characters because they are crazy and will follow the plot. We need three. Yep, go on.
I did like how this was very much just like kind of improv the entire way, where it's just throwing characters in, throwing them out, throwing them into different outfits.
Yeah, different roles.
You go here.
Several times.
You go here. I liked that aspect of the Alice in Wonderland little short story.
Oh yeah, the Zuka Club did have an appearance here too, briefly. I think.
Oh yeah, as the flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, we had like Honey as like two different bunnies to go along with the I guess reference to the split personality idea.
Useful.
Yes, they did bring back canonically the allowing Honey to shrink his size for the door, and then we had to have Nekozawa come out with a potion to make you small, because why not? Tamaki, even though we had the twins be Alice A and Alice B at first, and then they're like, okay, but we want Tamaki to be the one to deal with the Nekozawa shenanigans. So
go Alice C.
This is Alice C. We get to see Tamaki in the dress too. You know, we get to make everybody an Alice eventually. I think later on, was it Mori or something? Somebody just walks on screen and it just says Aliceified underneath them. Because it's like, why not? Just Alicify them. It's at one point, you know, even though we had like had them move through the plot without Haruhi, they were just like, all right, let's swap Haruhi in now. Fuck it, why
also,
not?
By the way, this isn't Haruhi. This isn't Alice D. This is the level-headed Alice.
Of course. And Kyoya is the evil queen. And they I love the real. Oh, she's so evil. She's doing these horrible things. She's executing the people constantly. This is what she looks like, and it's Kyoya. Oh, okay. Well, I'm leaving. I liked the journey. Was just being like, wow, that's horrible. Why would she do that? And then it's like, just, oh, actually, I kind of sympathize with Kyoya. They're like, this person ruined our food supply for a month by doing their shenanigans. So I think we do got to get rid of them. Okay, well maybe that's just fine. This person, okay, they broke something that cost us an entire festival that we're about to host. That would have brought a lot of money for the nation here. It's like, oh, actually that does sound pretty reasonable. There was a lot of that, but then he was also jumping to that. So now I have to execute everybody. That'll just solve a lot of our problems, of course. So. Why not?
At one point they're like, didn't you go to kindergarten? Don't you know that execute people is wrong? It's like, nope, I didn't go it. I used that money for something else.
Yeah, it cost so much to go to kindergarten, so I saved up that money instead for something else. Yeah.
This was, I think, the first instance so far where I actually liked how the anime did it better.
How different was the anime at doing it?
Very.
Very.
Okay.
The main thing that I remember though is not so much the details that went into the story as it was like the impact that I had on Haruki. So in the anime, it wasn't canon. It was a dream that Haruki was having while she was napping while
a very bad dream.
And it's Alice in Wonderland. I think that she's being held on trial for something, and so she has to I actually haven't read through the Looking Glass, so take my words with a grain of salt. But
sure.
I think in at least the Disney movie, Alice was being held on trial for something. And so she goes to basically be judged by the trial, and it turns out that the judge is her mom, who shows her mercy. And the dream kind of ends with Haruhi, her real self is crying because it's supposed to be grief over her being able to, see her mom and experience her friends really understanding, or her mom and her friends being able to coexist in the same world. And that was not what this was at all. So I think that the anime was maybe not necessarily better, but a lot more thought-provoking, and actually plot relevant, and wasn't just stuck in there for no reason.
Right. I think when I think about this chapter, I think that it is good art at times for what is happening. I mean, in general, I like the art of the series, I think, but I liked the costumes that we had going. I liked some of the jokes we had. Overall, though, I mean, I like the overall format of it. I don't know. It felt like a lot of pages was just a fuck ton of text for something that just gets thrown in the trash the next page, though. For me, I don't know. I think overall, though, I thought it was enjoyable still. I was trying to, I don't know. How did other people feel about this chapter? What were your thoughts? Did we like it? Did we like the fun little bonus meme here? How do we feel?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Sweet. Wait, by the way, who left? Who just left?
Aztec.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't see his message remain. Okay, I see. All right. Yeah, so that was the Alice in Wonderland bonus meme chapter. Yeah, I still remember several of the characters just changing their roles, like the twins being Alice at first, and then they were the Cheshire Cats later on, saying, oh, the Maury being just a baby, and then growing to big man, but still baby happened.
I loved the scene after the piano kid called Maury an ugly baby, where he is deadpan the whole time. Maury is completely deadpan, but they add tears under his eyes to indicate that he was offended. That was so funny to me. I don't know. I just thought that was really funny.
And then yeah, we Kyoya's Bayonetta. Okay. Oh. Okay, we had a summoning of a griffin at the end for whatever reason. Does this happen? Does this happen in through the Looking Glass? Because I just kept thinking of Pandora Hearts. I was like, that happens there.
Alright, you know old stuff. You should know this.
Did you say you know old stuff? You should know this. Is that how you? Is that how you phrase that? And not you've read
Wow.
The Looking Glass. You should know this. What do you? Okay. Yeah. So Pandora Hearts. Wow. Anyways, after that one, we had another club. We didn't really fight with the newspaper club at the school. I forget what their actual name was. It probably just was the newspaper club. I think their newspaper was like a gossip thing, and like they had a weird name for it. I'm trying to find it here. Is the newspaper club, and their paper was called I can't find it. I can't find it. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter what the name of their paper is. You'll find out eventually. Okay, here it is. I found it. O Spot. OU Spot for like Ouran host. So it's the O Spot. And they just kind of publish stories about gossip and just stuff that they don't confirm. I guess people pretty much stopped reading it a while ago because it's just like trash, I guess. And they're basically at risk of shutting down, and the host club, quote, broke their window with a ball playing outside and hit one of them in the head. But actually, they didn't. The newspaper club faked all of that to try to get closer to them for their next story. How did they fake all of that? How do you... I'm very confused about...
Very
Skill.
carefully.
And also, Tamaki is an idiot.
I mean that's true. That's true. So they set it up. They were like, we want to do like a 24 hours behind the scenes of the host club, in the footsteps of the host club. And Tamaki's me like, oh my god, of course we'll help out a club in need that's gonna focus on me. And you know, I think Tamaki was also just like, but they're a family, okay? A club is a family. We can't let that club disband. They're a family. You know, it's important for them to stay a club. And meanwhile, the whole club the entire time is like, we fucking hate Tamaki. we have to expose the truth about Tamaki. What was the caption?
Oh, when Tamaki was saying that, there was a caption of all of the hosts going, they have no idea what he's talking about. Also, Elizabeth said there was a griffin in Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I guess that makes more sense for why that was an element within Pandora Hearts then, because Pandora Hearts, that was just like a fifth MacGuffin or whatever in that story.
And maybe one of these days we'll actually read classic literature that keeps getting referenced in manga we're reading.
No,
why would we do
would
that?
never.
Why would we do that? Okay, when we could read like Chainsaw Man instead. Come on. Like, why would we...
See,
I think that's classical literature too, you know. All right. Anyways, yeah. So the club is just like, we're gonna investigate the truth behind them and their evil plot. Tamaki is an evil schemer. He's just an idiot, and they're slowly finding out that he's just an idiot as they play like red light, green light. And Tamaki's just like, oh well, this is to show, you know, a traditional game that the common folk can relate to in your article, of course, or the red light, green light game that all the commoners love to play. And
right, how do you?
How do you do, fellow kids?
They're just very slowly realizing. I think like the two other club members of the newspaper club were just like, could it be he's nothing but an idiot? He's like, no, keep focusing. He's up to something. He's doing something.
He's planning something.
And when they basically find nothing, I think they try to interview like Haruhi and be like, so, you know, what's the deal here? And Haruhi's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
And then the twins stop them from asking any more questions.
They're just trying to be like, all right, we couldn't find anything. We're just gonna print our story anyways. Fuck it. It's like,
well, we're just gonna lie.
We're just gonna lie. That'll force his hand, buddy. Maybe this is why nobody reads your paper. You ever think of that? Maybe you don't have to. Maybe you could just, you know, write normal fucking articles. And I think that was after like Kyoya and the rest of the club confront them. they go back to Tamaki. It's just like, yeah, they canceled the article. They're gonna write normal shit from now on. You're not gonna worry about them anymore. Don't worry about it. Like, okay, I guess that got resolved. I don't know what the deal was with this chapter, but it did end with like a moment between Tamaki and Haruhi alone together. Yeah, I'm assuming Andy has thoughts. Do you have thoughts, Andy?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay. So, the first thing that I thought was really important was the fact that Tamaki referred to a club as a family.
Yep.
Very thoughtful. I would also like to add that Tamaki is half French and half Japanese, and as listed in his character profile at the end of the first
We
volume,
know.
his favorite classes are
Oui, oui.
French and Japanese history.
Oui,
Okay,
oui.
anyway.
French that again.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the thing I think, like, the important thing with the newspaper club, at least, I think, is the fact that it shows that, like, all of the hosts will go to bat for Tamaki no matter what. Like, the
That's true.
twins make fun of him, and, like, they all, like, fucking bully him for being stupid or whatever. And the fact that he wants the twins to call him a lord or whatever, like, they all get onto him. But, like, all of them are like, no, that's our guy. That's our guy, and you fuck with our guy, and you fuck with us. And they literally are like, sure, like, you could get, all up in arms with Tamaki, but then you've got these, like, 5 other massively influential families to deal with. Wow, soul. Okay, I see how it is. Anyway, so there's that, which I think is important. The other thing is the fact that what they talk about during the part where they're hiding, because they decided to play hide and seek so that the host could go confront the newspaper club, right? So Tamaki and Haruhi go off to hide. And the Haruhi is like, oh, I never thought that, like, I would get the chance to play that I would get the chance to play these games, like, as a high schooler. Like, I thought that this was something that, me and my friends would do when we were kids. And Tamaki's like, oh, yeah, I didn't have friends at that age. Yeah, I was always
He was
taking
too
care
focused
of
on his
my
mom, yeah.
I was taking care of my sick mother and learning how to play the piano.
Taking care in giant quotation marks.
Even Haruhi was just immediately like, it sounds like you, yeah, Haruhi was just immediately like, it sounds like you were fucking annoying her while she was trying to get better.
I have things that I can't say yet.
I know. It's killing you, isn't it?
Like likely story.
So I really like it. I like the fact that Tamaki's a big dumb idiot and they keep portraying him as a pervert, but like the really soft moments that we get where he gets to learn more about him, and the fact that like he and Haruhi aren't like all that dissimilar, even though they're trying to, Tamaki's like the big idiot and Haruhi like the very vocal, more energetic, like, and Haruhi is a little bit more deadpan, but like they're not that different. And yeah, I really like this chapter.
Right. I'm gonna be real. I thought with the nature of this club and how it's been in the past, I thought they were going to like help out the newspaper club and get them to be better people. We kind of resolved this by saying Kyoya being like, we got blackmail on you guys for your plot the past few days, okay? Get the fuck out. That was pretty much how we resolved that. Which, I mean, they did just go back to continuing with making normal articles after is what they said. But, I don't know. It felt like what they were doing was wrong, but it was because they were misguided about Tamaki as a person, and they were also just doing shitty clickbait articles, I guess, even though they weren't really good clickbait articles because nobody was reading them anyways, which is surprising given the gossip they probably were publishing about all the rich kids at the school. But, whatever. I don't know. I kind of felt like that part. I mean, the main focus was more of the Tamaki stuff at the end, I think, and more of like, showcasing how Tamaki is as a person compared to how people view Tamaki. Because obviously, the newspaper club saw him as an evil, scheming person, and the joke was obviously he's a fucking idiot, but he's also a caring person. He did all this because he wanted to help out the newspaper club, and he wanted them to, be able to survive as a family. I don't know. I kind of felt like it should have been resolved in a more nicer way, despite how the newspaper club was as a group, maybe. But maybe that was just, my past remembering of how they've dealt with situations before. Because the only other time where they were really mean to the other thing, or the other person, I think, was the first chapter when the lady was, like, bullying Haruhi. I think that was, like, the only other time when they were like that. They were also mean to the Yakuza kids, but that was just, like, misunderstanding over the situation, which they then realized afterwards happened.
Technically, if you think about it, like, the newspaper club publishing gossip articles, not only about Tamaki, but, like, a bunch of other people in the school, probably was some level of bullying.
No,
So
sure.
it would make sense that they would be a little bit more abrasive.
No, sure,
about
but this was like a
and-
club presented as like a club that just wanted to try to survive, and they were trying to make these articles because they wanted to try to do weird gimmicky things to try to survive. And I kind of felt like, yep, go on.
Well, also at the beginning they clarified, like, oh, well, we want to move away from that. So that was the previous people who did the club. We want to move on from the club's notoriety.
Right.
Build a new image. That's the lie they told them, but
You're right.
that could have been true at
Right.
some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably could have gotten by just like reporting on the most mundane things that the host club members were doing. I know that
Hey, yes,
Yeah.
it would. I
the
won't.
female students and like wouldn't really do interviews with them, but like just I don't know, observe them in class and like, oh, Tamaki dropped his pencil that day, and it's like they made that up.
Honestly, they really didn't do their research on the host club. They would have known if they published an article about them playing red light, green light. They would have sold millions. They would have sold so many copies just on that article. Okay, on the front page. All
Yeah.
right, listen,
Yeah.
it would have worked. But yeah, yeah, and I think that was the last actual chapter of the Ouran host club, and then we get the bonus meme stuff that happened in these volumes. The bonus memes, so we had one that was a past story about Haruhi's dad. It was years before he was working the job he's working at now. It looked like he was working at like a supermarket job or something at this time. But the main thing was young Haruhi got an invitation for Parents' Day, and he knows about it. And he's like, so why didn't you tell me about this? And she's just flat out like, I don't want you going. And he's like devastated about it for the whole chapter. And it's a whole thing where he's wondering like why that's the case or whatever. And it's more so reinforcing the kind of idea that I had seen that it was trying to build up with the fight between Tamaki earlier, where it's like she does not want him to go to Parent Day because he rarely gets days off, and he doesn't want him to have to spend his day off doing something like that. He would rather...
She would rather him be resting at home.
Yeah.
It's like,
and,
oh.
It was very, very sweet. It was very, very sweet. But the whole time the dad doesn't know this, so he's just freaking out about it, like wondering why it's the case. She hate me. Yeah, that was a thought that he had. He was
like, okay, I'm just saying, okay.
What did the dad? I'm sorry, Shadow. What was it?
No, keep going, and I'll comment later.
I was gonna say, what did the dad do to Claire? I think he was like talking to his boss. And he was like, what if she hates me because I'm gay or whatever? And I think he also clarified, like, I'll have you know I'm bi, but I've decided never to see another woman that's not my wife now that she's passed away, or something like that.
It's important.
You know, you wanted to clarify that there for the plot.
It's not. It's not cheating if it's a guy.
Time to cue that 3-minute ad break.
Shadow, did you think of the thing that you were gonna mention here?
Okay, so she would have gotten away with not telling her dad if she instead gave him a stupid steak, but instead she just drank gullible soup.
Gullible soup? Gullible soup?
Yeah,
What's
gullible soup.
happening here?
I hope it was good soup.
Was it good soup? Yeah, was there other bits that happened there? Because I remember that was like the main driving thing, and it took a while for it, and it had like a sweet resolution. I think her resolution was like, I think the resolving of all of it was when the dad found out that was the reason why he got the day off from work and just said, you know what, Haruhi, let's just hang home today. We'll just hang out together as a family, make some food. It'll be a nice chilled time, and that was how I think it wrapped that up. It was very sweet. It was very nice. Yeah. Thoughts about that? What thoughts do people have? Do we like that little bonus meme? Was things that could have been improved? What do we think? Nobody has thoughts.
I just thought it was sweet.
Okay.
What'd you say, Mike?
I just thought it was sweet.
Okay. Yeah, it was very sweet. It's very sweet.
She cares, but she's not always very clear about the fact that she is caring.
Not a
Yeah.
very vocal person, no.
Yeah. Because
I think she just considers everything like that very obvious to her. So it's like, well, of course that's why. What did you think I meant?
Yeah, I mean that is similar to when she like left early after the Zuka Club situation. It was the whole club was just like, she hates us. She's like, no, I just went to the supermarket. What's the problem, guys? Obviously, that's where I was going.
Mhm.
I looked back to look at the clock to see what time it was. That was all that happened there. I wasn't glaring at you guys. Duh. Yeah, she likes not to clarify these things. In some cases, it's because she just doesn't think that she has to. In other cases, I assume she doesn't bring it up because she does not want to bother people with the things that she wants, I think.
Yo,
That was my
I think a
hyper
lot of it's
independent
actually
trauma.
no, I think a lot of it's more like she possibly does not even think that others care. Not
Okay.
in the sense of like they don't like her or don't like her struggles, but more of like she's just she has been independent so long.
Yeah.
Even though she's not truly independent because she has her father that very
Sure.
clearly is very caring,
Yeah.
worried about her. But like it seems like she does these things because she's surprised that people would even mind, that they would even notice.
Right.
Not care in the sense of like she just doesn't even realize that people would think about that, about her doing things like that. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but like
No, I get
you
what you're
know.
saying. Yeah.
She
She's
spent so much time being independent that she doesn't expect other people to bother to like show that they care.
yeah. Yeah, she's like, I got my business, other people got their business. It's I handle my own shit. Everybody else seems to be able to handle their own shit. We don't need to it should just be
Everyone except
obvious.
Tamaki.
Should just be obvious. Well, Tamaki's a interesting case, okay? Listen.
Tamaki's a special case.
But he's very interesting with that kind of personality, with how it's portrayed in the series. I liked, like, we have like little blurbs where it's like just little side blurbs that just say points to her and says doesn't particularly care if she's late for the host club because she doesn't feel fondly about the club at all.
Yeah.
She's just like, it doesn't really matter too much. She's like, I guess I'm in this now. I guess I'm part of this. Events like that. The fact
This
that
is my life now.
the fact that she was forced as one of the host club members, presenting as a guy at first, without thinking to realize that she should clarify that she's a girl until they started to realize and point out that she's a girl. It's like, oh yeah, I just didn't think it mattered. It was
Record
fucking mattered.
scratch. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
It happened because I didn't speak up. It happens often. It will happen again.
It will happen again.
It will
It happened to
again.
you.
I think
Watch
that, I think that at the very least, I'm realizing as everybody is saying this that probably part of the reason that I like Ouran is because it's a massive miscommunication trope that isn't cringy to try and get through because it's funny about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that bonus meme comic. And then we had the
Love Egoist.
semi-continuation. It's like in the same world, but it's a different story. Because it has the same two girls.
I mean, we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk
That-
about
yeah.
Love Egoist. We don't have to talk about it.
No
We
teacher-student relationship.
Nope, we don't need to talk about it, Shep.
we'll
I actually
listen.
didn't read it. It wasn't actually in the copies I had, so
Oh, okay.
and I think in
Ah.
everyone else's it wasn't in there, so we
Okay.
can't.
I see. Yeah, that
Look,
was.
Shep,
Yeah, I
there's
ate
no
that
longer
page.
interesting vernacular, all right?
So this was like, another story in that world, but just a different set of relation that's focusing on. And I just want to say, what they made a whole bit about her having a different personality, secretly a wicked personality, as opposed to the perfect, beautiful person that everybody thinks that she is. And this teacher also has this view about him too. Then they proceeded to never actually show her with a wicked personality ever again, I think. It was just her being
Yeah.
blackmailed by the teacher and her just being like, when will the teacher notice me? That was
Yeah.
that was what upset me the most. I'm like, the premise of this was that she has a wicked personality. When's that coming back? When's she going to tell him to fuck off? When is this happening? It
I like
just
the
didn't.
other one better.
Yeah, the other one
Yeah.
was a lot more interesting in that kind of respect. Yeah, or in many
Yeah,
respects,
like
I
this
should
one.
say.
This one, obviously, just sided. It's about a girl, a 17-year-old who's in love. Well, falls in love with her teacher, who's 25, who is like the star teacher, but he's secretly mean to all of his students behind their backs.
Yep.
Thinks says mean things about them. Like aside from the obvious student-teacher relationship, it was just mid.
Yeah,
It was just like, okay. I mean,
There's
this
nobody.
could be.
There was
yep.
there
Go
was
on.
nobody really you wanted to root for.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
this dynamic of the two terrible people learning to be better together would be interesting in a different setting, but also like you have such a short amount of time with them because this is just a one shot, so that
Mhm.
compounded with the fact of the awkwardness of them being student teacher in a high school setting is just not great because they're just not great people in general, and there's no real reason for it. Like with her, it made more sense because she's like, people are just so superficial when they talk to me. All they see is my looks, and that's it. That I was like, okay, I understand why she, has these mean thoughts and stuff, and at least she's aware of it. But then the teacher's just like, yeah, I'm perfect. Why should I bother with these children? You know?
They're nothing to
And
me.
it's just kind of like, so are you looking down on them because they're children? Because I mean, that would make sense. But then do you fall in love with the child?
Mhm.
It was just one of those things where it's like, maybe if this was like her and the guy was like the student class president, it would do better, like, because then you'd have like a rivalry between the two, rather than the power dynamic. And you'd have more of
Yeah.
like, okay, they're both students, they're both like vying for something because she's the star student and he's the class president. You could have those clashing
Sure,
ideals. But in general, I think because of the shortness of it being a one shot, the most it could be was good, and this was just mid.
I also
Right.
feel like even if we, again, ignoring the student teacher part of it, if we
Ignoring
just ignoring that
There's a
part,
lot of
if we
ignoring it.
just took those personalities out, they don't have any chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what I
Could-
was noticing, is the fact that it was very one way, and like Ari said, like it didn't have enough time to flourish. And then like there wasn't some kind of spark that was like, ooh, I'm interested in reading about these two. It was just there.
And it wasn't something like she was interested in him because he also had a twisted side. No, she didn't know he had a twisted side before she had the crush on him. Like, so they weren't even connected with that. That was just like a shocking reveal to her when she found that out. And I was just like, well, what? I like.
Yeah, because she.
Yeah, because it's like
he's
he's
like-
what I pretend to be, but through and through, until
Yeah.
she finds out that that's not true.
So what I thought was gonna happen, literally until the very ending, I thought what was gonna happen is that she realizes, like, oh, I have to change my ways. This is like a Ghost of Christmas thing.
This is a Christmas
I cannot
Carol.
let
Let's
this-
go.
I cannot let this be my future. I have to change my ways. And so she would realize, okay, I don't care if you tell everybody. I'm going to become a better person, and I'm going to hook up with this guy that has confessed to me. And I hope that together he can help me, get better. Bye, teacher. I thought that she was gonna like leave him and go with the guy her age, but no. Because you have the whole thing where she's like, yeah, actually I'm dating him. Bye. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, so is this the ending? Okay. Oh no, that was a fake out to make him
Jealous
Oh.
question mark?
yeah, like what's the goal here, girly? What?
Like, it tries to do a whole thing, I think, about like trying to find somebody who you could be your real self with, but I don't think it was doing it at all in the right ways. for that kind of thing.
No.
Like, it's just her being like, you'll never understand my feelings or whatever, and it's like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Would like, I don't know. A lot of missteps in the planning of this story in many ways, I think. A lot of ways it could have been improved, and we also had the weird added on lore detail of those twin girls that really didn't. There's an implication that the twins dealt with. They gave like some. She's messing with like some chemicals that she's like doing something with as a chore for him, and it exploded or burned her or something. Something happened with her hand related to it, which caused him to like say, everybody, stop everything. Call the I'm taking her to the hospital. Call another teacher or whatever. You watch the class. If anybody fucks around, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you. All right, bye guys. And it's like, okay, all right. So we had like that little moment where he's like revealing his wicked side to the class or whatever. And like, I guess the implication is that the twins messed with the chemicals so it would do that. But that's like all they did. And then they just randomly decided at the end to reveal, oh, that teacher?
We forgot
that's our
something.
uncle. That's our uncle. What did we forget?
We forgot. Tamaki is the principal's son.
Oh yeah, that got revealed.
We forgot to mention that.
Anyway.
I mean, it's not a huge detail
Anyway.
right now. It'll be a huge detail later, I'm assuming, but it's not a huge detail right now. It's just kind of a bonus thing that they just kind of brought up here. But I'm sure it'll be more important later. And he's like, he's French, by the way. Also,
Anyway, Tamaki-
his father.
His father, his family runs this school.
They
His
run the
father
place.
is the head Frenchman.
Oh no, anything but that.
He's the president of Quebec
Oh no.
and also France.
Also, very weird at the end to drop that the twins are trying to get their uncle to hook up with someone
Yeah,
their age.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
but-
that they have an uncle that's like only a few years older than them.
Yeah.
Let's
This-
not worry about it.
This is referring to the twins
Maybe
from
they're
Love
immortal.
Egoist, not the twins from Ouran Host Club.
Yeah,
By the
now
way.
we're back to what we were talking about, the one shot at the end.
But
The question
Yeah.
of the
But
one
it's
shot.
stated Ouran.
these girls are supposedly setting up things with romances at the school. I don't know why they're trying to hook up their uncle with another girl, I guess. But
Which is really, it's just a weird detail too, because it's like this is a 25-year-old guy who's very popular, very like outwardly charismatic. Does he need y'all's help? And why with a minor? Anyway.
Yeah.
You couldn't find him another teacher who secretly hated kids?
I'm sure there's plenty of them.
Like a gym teacher or something,
Yeah.
an English teacher, like
English teacher.
a chemistry something.
Yeah. So that was Love Egoist. The Egoist entries. I think last week it was called Romance Egoist, and now it's called Love Egoist. I think they said it's going to be referred to as Love Egoist going forward. I don't know. Either way, this entry
Egoist was too long, I guess.
Either way, this entry, no, we could have done better in so many ways. I don't know. I feel like you had some ideas coming with the different personalities, but we just fumbled that hard with the implementation. I think
the idea of like two terrible people falling in love, but it was just a weird way to do it, and it didn't really like.
Yeah.
Because, like I said,
there wasn't any chemistry.
Like I said, again, maybe I can ignore all those other elements if we actually had her wicked personality actually happen. It didn't, other than the beginning. It was just her being like, these fucking assholes always think that I'm beautiful and pretty. Fuck them. Anyways, I love my teacher. And then that was the rest of the chapter. It was like, where's the wicked side? What happened here? He's like, no, sorry, I can't. He's more wicked than me. He's more wicked. He's more bad. He smokes. That's how you know he's real wicked. Okay, so
yeah, okay. Only evil people smoke. Okay, no. That's how you know he's evil. He all kills dogs in his spare time, don't you know?
That's true, yeah. So anyways, that was Love Egoist. I'm looking at the page now that was immediately after Love Egoist, which is we already talked about briefly the suggestions people had for like the different ideas. But I'm specifically looking at the page where Tamaki and Kyoya's personalities swap inside, and
they swap bodies.
I'm specifically focusing on Kyoya trying to see how many potato rings he could put on all his fingers.
What? This is an important question, okay?
Tamaki as Kyoya.
Yeah, Tamaki. Yeah, yes. Kyoya's body with Tamaki's personality or ideas in the body. Yeah.
And Kyoya,
Freaky
when
Friday.
in Tamaki's body, still wearing his glasses because they make him feel comfortable.
It's like Honey's bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Security glasses.
I think I thought that idea was funny. I think most of the other ones, I don't know if what was the other one? The other one was like Honey. What if Honey actually gained weight based on what he eats? It's like, oh, the whole cast is like, oh, this is not as cute and fun anymore.
I didn't as a plus size person, I didn't think that one was very funny. I'm gonna put that out there.
No.
Yeah.
But I did like the punchline at the end of it being Mori's nightmare. That was real. I liked Mori's facial expressions in that part. He was like, oh, thank God.
Because he's just like, I'd have to carry him no matter what his weight is. Oh no. Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember if there was what other suggestions. Did they have other suggestions? I think they read out a couple other suggestions without doing them at some point.
There was also like the dress competition or something, and the outfit competition for Hatori, and the author kind of added like what the different hosts would say in response to them, and I thought that was kind of fun, but not really plot relevant.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that was pretty much it for the events that happened this week. There was like some afterward memes where like the author was like, one time there used to be weird little small things that kept appearing on my floor, and I couldn't understand where the fuck these things were coming from. Every time I cleaned it, they would show up again, and it turned out they were just like the little spiky things on my shoe health gel slipper
health
things.
Slippers.
Yeah, they just kept breaking off and falling. I didn't realize it. I was like, oh, okay. All right, this is a bonus meme about your life, I guess. Like I said, I do enjoy the bonus info that they dump in between the volumes. It's like nice little info and behind the scenes things. Here we had like the behind the scenes about the birthdays, and we also had a behind the scenes thing about like how long it typically takes each step of the process of making a chapter and all that. And then some of the afterwards was just like, let's just have fun and show off the different illustrations that people sent in, or here's like a little concept thing for the cover that I originally made before we decided not to because it was going to be a colored page and things like that. Yeah. They'll also have little blurbs like I decided on this splash page for the chapter of this chapter to make this the first one where Kyoya is not wearing his glasses. Which I thought would be fun, even though it had nothing to do with anything happening. And I was like, you know what? That is fun. And I didn't even notice it happened, but that is fun. But also I think she was like, and I also regretted that decision because then I remembered it was a colored page, which I guess made that more difficult. I don't know. So, yeah, she'll like leave little bits and notes like that. And it's nice. It's nice to see like the thought process, and most of the time the thought process is, I just thought it would be fun. I just thought it'd be neat.
I just think it's neat.
And you know what? It is neat. It is fun. Joy, whimsy, all of that. So
I think
You weren't saying that when we read Ubineko.
okay.
Not a little trouble there, are we, Jeff?
So that was the bulk of volumes 3 and 4, from what I can remember. Do people have other thoughts or events that we might have forgotten about, or things that you just wanted to point out that you really enjoyed about this week? Anybody? This is the time before we wrap things up. You got anything?
Let me check through my screenshots. I've
Sure.
too many of them.
Sure. There are no chess references
I also
this
have
week, right? Okay.
I also have to check 2 chats because I have the screenshots that I have the screenshots that I send my friend who has seen the anime and knows what I'm talking about, and then I have the screenshots that I send you guys, which is the watered down version.
The watered down version.
Oh no, I can't mention that because that's anime spoilers.
Guys, spoilers! You can't mention that.
Spoilers.
We're not there yet.
Oh. When Tamaki got the anime trope of the bloody nose in response to seeing Haruhi in a dress, and Honey fucking karate chopped him and knocked him unconscious, and Kyoya called that an example of incorrect first aid. And there was the asterisk by it that said, "Please do not try this at home." That was good. I like that.
Was that the same
Poor
bit?
Tamaki just face down in a puddle of blood.
He's like actively bleeding from his nose.
Was that the same bit? I remember there was some bit this week, I think when they were at the Nekozawa mansion, they're playing like a game of life, and it's like all miserable things happening to them, and it's just like a weird, more depressing version of life that the Nekozawa guy has.
Yeah.
Just nice little tiny gags like that. Anything else you got, Andy, or anybody else? What do people got?
I got one. This one particularly.
Okay, could you read it out for the Spotify people who can't see this? What's can you describe what you're looking at here?
It's going, congratulations on paying off your debt. And Ari's like, wait a minute, this is never going to happen because it's just bonus meme stuff. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
For the requests. For the request suggestions. Yeah, don't worry, your debt is paid off. I don't even know if we're keeping track of the debt still. Sounds like there was a bunch of money not accounted for if she never knew that, the auctions online were happening. I don't know. Feels like that should be added towards it if you steal her fucking pen and sell it.
Well, she's not doing the work there. I liked when Mori was worried that Honey might need dentures.
Over
Just
not brushing his teeth like twice.
Just like uncharacteristic, like the word they used to with like the onomatopoeia was gloom, but like I don't know, uncharacteristic like doom. I don't know, but that was funny. I liked that.
Also, Tamaki, will you please stop cultivating mushrooms in the closet?
Oh, that one, yeah. Please stop cultivating mushrooms in my closet.
What were you saying, Spaghetti?
Oh, I was just wondering, maybe he's already got dentures.
Maybe.
Maybe he's
Honey.
all gums.
Maybe. Maybe.
There's this panel from the Alice in Wonderland bit.
Okay, what is it? Describe it for the Spotify bros again.
Fuck, I can't pronounce his name. Andy, help me.
Tamaki?
Breznov.
Tamaki.
Breznov.
Oh,
Reznov.
Belzanoff?
Berezinov.
Yeah.
Big Berezinov. Regular Berezinov. Or small Berezinov. He's like presenting options. One's like a massive thing for like the whole arm. One's like a tiny thing maybe for like one hand. And the other one's like a tiny thing for like one finger. Like,
no, you wear big burns enough on your head. It's a mask. Prove me wrong.
Probably. All right. What other things people?
How did she fit her uniform under another uniform?
Oh yeah, the Zuka Club, because she was one of them was disguised as like a boy at the academy at first, and then she took it off.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is my Zuka Club uniform. And the other girls, I think, were just pretending to be customers at the host club for the entrance, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Any other?
Oh, there's a...
Yep.
So, this we actually... Sorry, I'm going through my screenshots. This actually has shown up in the anime. So, this was something that I hadn't mentioned when it happened last week, but in the anime, the reason that Tamaki accidentally causes the mouth-to-mouth kiss at the Christmas party is because he slips on a banana peel that the twins leave on the stairs. And in the little like gimmick panels when they're talking about some of the pranks that Hikaru pulls or that the twins pull on Tamaki during the different Halloween parties, they show him slipping on a banana peel in the panels. So I'm there's another good anime Easter egg that I can't talk about. But I'm enjoying like the little tidbits that like leaked into the anime when they were working on adapting it.
Right.
That one was cute.
Okay.
I like that one. My Sakutaro comparison and my Fujita comparison.
Of course, yeah. You really did. Honey really did look like Sakutaro. It's just, it really was just a Sakutaro outfit. Honest to God.
They're both different. They're not the same.
You weren't even here for Mineko.
I sent a screenshot of the scene where after they when they arrive at Haruhi's apartment and Kyoya's like, I know that the only reason that you wanted us to come along is because you didn't want to be alone. And Tamaki's like, no, that's not it. Kyoya goes, oh, sorry to overdo it. Let's go home, kids. Ushering the twins away. I think that how he takes to this motherly role that Tamaki has assigned him is really funny. And then the screenshot that I sent after that was one of the little side panels one of the ones that was talking about the how she develops the comic. And the phrase is, sometimes I think of gags while trying to sleep. And it says, Hatori, thinking of a joke, dangerous. And she's giggling to herself. I thought that
dangerous.
Was cute.
Dangerous.
You went through the danger zone, Andy. What do you do?
I leave. I don't know. I don't want to be in the danger zone. What?
All right, fair enough.
All right, what else we got here? Anything else we want to talk about? Anything else we want to bring up? Okay, cool. All right. In that case, it's time to wrap things up here. All right. Well, that was volumes 3 and 4 of Ouran High School Host Club. We will be continuing our discussions next week with Ouran Host Club volumes 5 and 6. That's how numbers work, right? 3 and 4, and 5 and 6.
They do
So
be
we'll
working
doing
like that.
Actually, oh yes, we are still meeting next week. It's the week after that's Christmas, and then we will not be meeting for that. So
Christmas.
remember, if you are listening to this live, we are live every week on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time on those. We will be uploading the podcast also up to Spotify. I am almost done editing last week's episode, and then hopefully I'll get better timing for the future episodes so that they could be up. They won't be up like, immediately after the podcast because it takes me a bit to edit it down, But, hopefully I'll get to a good enough flow and understanding of how I want to edit them to where I can make it pretty straightforward for how we're going to put it up there. And then that'll be all good with that. And then you can enjoy that on there too. For those of you who care about that, we'll find out once I start putting those up. You do. But remember, if you want to watch these live, YouTube, Twitch, Kick every Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We meet and we read and discuss 2 manga volumes a week. And if you would like to become a part of the book club directly, you could join discord.wolfborg.com, grab yourself the anime book club role. You could become a part of the live discussions if you want, or just post in the text channels if you want. You could do either way. So that's what we got for the book club. Thank you so much, everybody, as always, for hanging in. Also, at the very end, thank you so much to Thrice Deceased Mike here for the sub towards the very end. I thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Holy shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you for being here in general, too. I'm very happy to have somebody else here to discuss the Ouran High School Host Club, and I hope everybody's having a good time with it. I'm still having a very good time with it. I think some of the chapters this week may have been missed, especially Love Egoist or whatever, but that's a bonus meme thing.
Something.
That's a bonus meme. That's not even Ouran Host Club. It's just a bonus meme thing. So, but yeah,
I'm glad that this showed up on my YouTube recommended.
I'm glad that it did too.
Thursday.
I'm glad that I honestly was worried about whether or not my channel would be showing up on people's recommended because I was fighting copyright stuff related to Kadokawa. But that got resolved like last week after the episode aired. So now we don't have to worry about anything anymore, okay? We're free, all right? No more. So anyways, thank you so much, everybody. So it's all good. Don't say it like that. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging, everybody. It's time to raid out to somebody else. If you're in the Twitch chat, here's a raid message if you want to do that. If not, you can do whatever you want. I'm not your dad. Maybe Tamaki is. I don't know. That's up to you. We're going to raid somebody here. We're going to see who's online. Let's say hi to... I don't know. That's scary. I don't know about that one. It's all the Game Awards. Everybody's doing Game Awards. What's going on here? It's almost like there's a big event happening.
Jeff.
Who would watch Jeff? Did they announce visual novels yet? Are visual novels real?
Nobody has pinged me about it, so I would say no.
All right, we're gonna raid into Bodega Rat, who. The title says Expedition 33 Awards, and it looks like they're playing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Literally.
Oh, guys, they're announcing Umineko 2.
Oh my God, Umineko 2.
Oh my God. I made that joke earlier.
Hey, and Sakonia.
You stole the joke, Spaghetti.
When they cry again.
Why would they cry twice?
Well, now we're about to start crying 3 times.
Umineko may cry too.
We're returning to Rokenjima?
Finally, it's about time. What
Last
are
note
next?
of the Golden Witch.
What's his
No,
story?
the sequel nobody wanted. Umineko Hill.
Oh my God.
Huh?
All right.
No, I'm here for this.
Wait, I'm confused. What's the joke?
Finally, Kojima will direct the When They Cry game.
Play my Hideo games. Play them. Play my. All right. Goodbye, stream. Bye, stream.
You have delivered Amazon package to Rokenjima.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.